Who's here? I see one person just came. Who's here? Identify yourself. Ah, it's Rat Rock. Can you hear me, Rat Rock? Let me know. 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 Okay, good. Because when I did the sound check here on this software, it the microphone when you speak it kind of goes green like that. There's like a graph that it shows, and it wasn't showing, so I wasn't sure if it was going to work. Dallas is here and Rat Rock. So we got Saskatoon, New Jersey. Who else is here? It might be colder in Cuernavaca than it is in Saskatoon. And for the occasion, look at this. And I think, excuse me, Rat Rock. I apologize. I know you're in. I know you're in New Jersey. Have I ever asked your name? I feel a little bit queer addressing people by a screen name. I think I have asked you. Ah, Detonator. You ordered Detonator what on vinyl or on CD? And you didn't have it already? And what do you mean you don't have to open the box set? Did you buy it and then excuse me, and then didn't want to open it? Ah, it's Bronco. Bronco. Is that Russian? Is that a Russian name with a K? Oh, he's Stephen Piercy in disguise. He's incognito. That sounds like it should be the title of a Rat album. Incognito. We got infestation, detonator, incognito. Ah, it's Croatian. Ah, you're a Croat. That's not offensive, is it? To say a person is a Croat? It's kind of funny how that works. No, like Frenchman sounds okay. A Frenchman or an Englishman, that's okay, but a Chinaman sounds terrible. I don't know why. All right, good. So we got Bronco, the Croat. That sounds bad. When it's something the something, that sounds bad. Jimmy the Rat. Jimmy two times. Says everything twice. Says everything twice. I'm gonna go get the papers. Get the papers. Who knows the movie I'm talking about? Oh yeah, Dallas says our souls are currently being smashed. Um, Dallas told me earlier today, texted me. We spoke briefly and said that it was minus. What was it minus 31, minus 32, 33, something? Ah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They released them separately. Yeah, yeah. I would have if it had saved me some money. I got the box set last year. It's sitting right in front of me. Um, and I thought 45. That's about what? That's about 7 or 8. Yeah, maybe about 7 degrees Celsius. That's I guess normal for late November. Um, oh yeah, so I remember. Yeah, I wanted all the Rat albums, and then when that box set came out, I thought, oh, this is great. It's perfect. And then when I saw they released them all separately, they announced that what was it 4 months ago, maybe. Um, I thought, oh, I kind of wasted my money on the box set, but It probably would have ended up being the same if I'd bought all 5 of them individually. And did you get the Out of the Cellar anniversary edition with the 7-inch of Reach for the Sky? What do you think of the song Reach for the Sky? Two separate questions. What do you think of Reach for the Sky, the song, and what do you think of Reach for the Sky, the album? I think Dallas told me that. Was it you, Dallas, that told me that you think the side? Who was it recently that told me side 2 of Reach for the Sky, the Rat album, is like the best 5 Rat songs ever? It must have been Dallas. Raki, the Turkish booze. I drank a bottle of that at a meyhane in Istanbul in the summer. Yeah, you say the Reach for the Sky, the song sounds like Scorpions. Dallas said it sounds like Iron Maiden. I saw other people saying it sounds like also Iron Maiden. Some people said Thin Lizzy. Sounds like Rat to me. I think it's a great song. I assume Bronco, you watched my video talking about Out of the Cellar that I did a few weeks ago. Sorry for cleaning my teeth. I just finished eating about half an hour ago. All right, so Bronco, what do you think about Reach for the Sky, the album? So it wasn't you, Dallas. You when Dallas says doesn't sound very Rat like me. I think it sounds really like Rat. I think it sounds totally fits in Out of the Cellar. Was it confirm this, Dallas? Was it you who said that that the second half of Reach for the Sky, the album is like the best Rat ever? I love Reach for the Sky, album and song. It's confusing. We got to point that out each time. Marco, hello, Marco from Florida. Are you in Florida or Florida? Hello, either way, but I'm just curious which part of that state you are from, the Sunshine State. All right, so Bronco is kind of torn on Reach for the Sky. I love it. Who was it that told me then? So if it wasn't you, Dallas, God, who else do I talk to about Rat? There's not very many people. Not many people that I talk to at all. Tool, Gojira, Marco is asking if I like Tool, Gojira, or Sleep Token. Let's do those in reverse. Sleep Token, didn't even know such a band existed. Yeah, Dancing Undercover is my favorite Rat album too. Sleep Token, never even heard of them. Hello, Ken Nichols O'Keefe. Hello, I recognize the name. I think it's your first appearance on the live stream, but I remember the name from the comments. Thank you. So Sleep Token, never heard of them. Gojira, I think when they started to kind of make a name for themselves, I don't know, 5 years ago, I listened to them. Didn't really do much for me. Tool, I bought one Tool album. Was it an Enema? Yeah, I think it was the second album that came out in 93 with Hooker with the Penis. What else is on that record? Nothing. There's like 3 songs I know. Yeah, Tool, I like them. I like that one album okay, but never got into them too much. They are playing here in Mexico City for the first time. I think it's I can't remember when. But that was a big deal. That was announced about a month ago. Tool in Mexico City. They're playing at a place I've never heard of. If anybody knows, there's Estadio Azteca, the Aztec Stadium in Mexico City, which is one of the biggest stadiums in the world. And they're playing not in the full stadium, of course, but in like it's like an esplanade area of the, or like a lobby of the stadium or something that I have never heard of before. Oh, and Soul Asylum. I'm very excited. Just yesterday, last night, Soul Asylum was announced from Mexico City. That's like 2 days after I think I haven't mentioned this. Dallas is the only one in Dallas. Zip it. It's not a big deal. I'm not really like keeping it a secret. I'm trying to build some suspense. I'm going on a big trip at the end of February, the last 2 weeks of February. And Soul Asylum is like 2 days after I get back. That could be tough. That could be tough, both in terms of money and logistics, to be and the place I'm going on vacation, I'll give you a little clue if you want to look at a map. It'll be the farthest away that I've ever been from home. It's a very, very far away place. And I'm kind of regretting now because I've been working like a dog for a long time to pay for that trip. And that's going to continue. New travel vlog. Yeah, I'm sure there will be. Yeah, for sure. There will be. I haven't really thought about it, but I guess it's just March 2025, Tool in Mexico. Yeah, it's March. Yeah, I assume I will do a travel vlog. I will for sure, just like I did when I went to Vietnam last year and Turkey this year. I guess I'll do like a daily thing. What do people prefer? I know not too many people watch those or any videos I do, but is it better to do like a daily, like this is what I did today from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed? Or is it better to do like, here's one video of the food in this city or this country, and here's another video of the market, this market, or, here's a video of my day at, the Eiffel Tower or, Times Square, something. Which is better? I think for me, it's a lot easier and probably not nearly as successful. Wouldn't draw the numbers to do, like an hour and a half. Yeah, I like the dailies too. For me, it's kind of like a daily, like a video diary, like a vlog. That's what it's called. Marco's guessing Japan, not Japan. It's farther than Japan. I guess in terms of like total distance covered, I would imagine it's more kilometers, miles, whatever away from home than Japan. It is for sure. Dallas likes the daily too. Yeah, I think I do too. It's a lot easier for me to do that instead of putting everything together. Australia is a good guess because that is farther. What do you call that country? Is Tanzania or Tanzania? I think it's Tanzania, right? Tanzania, not Tanzania. But no, not that country. Which I think isn't that just a state or a province of? Oh no, that's Tasmania. No, Dallas. Are you talking? Well, your guess is wrong anyway. You talking about Tasmania, the Australian province, or Tanzania, the country? Yeah, it's Tasmania, Australia, Tanzania, country. Anyway, no, no, I would never go to Australia with any. With all due respect, people like to say to my friend Damien. I don't think he's watching. I think he would have identified himself at this point. I don't think I would ever go to Australia. I know I would never go to Australia. What? Country in Africa. No comment. Hey, Randers, Mr. Randy. Hello. Honor to have you here. Thank you. I was hoping you would be here. Ken is asking why. Oh, why not Australia? It's nothing against Australia, but I'm from Canada, and I don't want to go to a country that's like Canada. I want to go somewhere where, I don't want to go to an English speaking country. I also don't want to go to England. Um, it's too much like Canada. Obviously, it's different. And if I did go to Australia, I know I would love it. If I went to, some pick anywhere, I could go anywhere and I would have a good time. But Australia is too much like Canada. It's a developed country, a rich country. They speak English. Everything is nice and organized. I'd rather go to somewhere that's very different. I want to see people that look different. speak a different language, have a different lifestyle, and so not Australia. I can tell you a little story, a very boring story about Australia. My uncle, all his life, yeah, Iran. You know what? I would way rather go to Iran than Australia. My hiking friend Eric, some of you may know from my hiking videos. I know Randy does, and I think Dallas does. Eric has been to 50 something countries, and he said Iran is the most beautiful country he's ever been to. Oh yeah, so my uncle, he all his life talked um, about going to Australia. This was maybe in the and then maybe in the late was there at 2008 maybe. He finally booked it. He was off to Australia. He spent thousands of dollars, booked it. He was going by himself. He was never married, never had kids. And he booked his trip and then he got sick and died and never took the trip. So he never made it to Australia. Randy is asking me if I PayPal'd you $100, would you sing Shandy in the future? For $100, I would let Paul Stanley cornhole me whilst singing Shandy. I would allow that for free. But yes, Randy, I would do anything for $100, especially these days. I got to buy a new phone too. I actually have the phone in my virtual cart on Walmart. Maybe I can tell that story as the night progresses. My phone, the video is maybe coming to an end. My phone is really, really misbehaving. I'm in big trouble with that phone. I may have taken the last video with that phone. I gotta get a new one like now. Um, India, Fiji, India. You know what? I go back and forth. Years ago, some years ago, India would have been the last place in the world I would have wanted to go to. Um, and now it's one of the top ones, and then I kinda go back to how I thought, 20 years ago. It is wild, it is crazy. It is just like what I said, it's chaotic. It makes Mexico probably look like Germany. Um, yeah, in India is I would say a top destination. What else? We got Marco is guessing Fiji. He's guessing Thailand. Those are great places for sure. I'll tell you where it's not. It's not Europe. Don't guess anywhere in Europe. Kind of phone. It's a Samsung Galaxy A55. And I know Dallas, you told me recently because you and I had the same phone. We had the A71, and you upgraded yours recently. Did it happen to be an A55? I was talking about this with Eric while we were hiking at the volcanoes yesterday, and his wife just got an A55 last weekend or 2 weeks ago. It's basically like the one I have now, but newer and a little bit better. But at this point, any phone / camera is better than mine. Randy is asking, do you hear from that girl you went to see? The one in Turkey, just a minute, I have to cough. I have to mute. Am I still good? Just a minute. Okay, everybody can hear me. Okay. Burcu in Istanbul. No, we called that off on August 3rd. Haven't and we never will speak again. It just I'm very you know what? I'm not sad about that. It's not like I'm gonna start crying or anything. I really miss her. She was that was really, really good, but couldn't have continued living on opposite sides of the world. And it was better, I traveled there, she traveled here, I traveled there. I don't know what else we could have done. So it ended, but I really miss her, to be honest. Um, oh, Dallas got S24, Bronco has S24 over my budget. S24 is out of the question. Ken is asking, I never talk about my life in Canada. What were your line of work? I guess the last job that I had when I worked there, I had it for how many years? 6 years, 5? I can't remember. Was didn't like it. I never really had a job I liked until I started teaching. I worked at a plant that was I did I guess two things, welding and material handling, friction welding and material handling. Hot, difficult, dirty. Um, unenjoyable work. Didn't like it at all, but you got to you. I don't know how many people like their jobs, but you do what you got to do, I think is what they say. We're 15 people, and then there's only like who's here? Marco, Dallas, Ken, Randy, Rat Rock. Who else is here? We got some anonymous people. Say hello as I sip my fake coffee. You know what I don't like about hot drinks is you have like a 2-minute window to drink them because they're too hot when you first get them, and then 3 minutes later they're too cold, so you got to chug it. Leon, buenas noches. Where are you from? Is it Leon or Leon, depending on what country you're from or what language you speak? I'm guessing Mexico, or maybe you're just good in Spanish that you can say buenas noches. RB Junior. I don't know if that's RB Junior or RBJR. I don't know if it's 4 letters or RB Junior. Hello and welcome. I think a couple of newcomers here. Let me go one at a time here. Dallas asks, "Oh, does the phone have a headphone jack?" No, and that like shocked me. I was shocked into a state of comatose when I saw that phone didn't have a headphone jack, and then it was somebody, actually one of my students. I was talking about this with one of my students on the weekend, and she said that, and I guess I probably would have figured this out on my own. That you can get a small adapter. You plug I guess it's a Type C. You plug the adapter into the charging port, and then you plug the 3.5 millimeter jack into the. No, it's not a jack. What do you call that? What do you call the male part? Anyway, you plug that into the other end of Hugh the Peck. All right, Hugh the Punk. Oh, we're gonna have to talk about that in a minute. Um, oh yeah, so yeah, no headphone jack, no 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Although I was looking at these earlier today, and I guess now you can get headphones that have, I guess the 3.5 millimeter jack is getting, it's going the way of the dodo bird, and I guess in the future it's going to be all Type C. I don't know why they keep changing it. Old man, I guess here, complaining about why they keep changing things. But yeah, no headphone jack, which was almost going to be a no go for me because I listen to a lot of my music with headphones with headphone jack. I have Bluetooth too, but when I just want to lie down and listen to music dedicated without doing any exercise or anything else, I like my good Klipsch headphones and with the headphone jack. Let me get to these. Randy says, I fell in love with a girl in Vancouver. Both, neither of us is willing to move. Yeah, that was, I mean, Burju and I never talked about that. I guess it was just understood that there's no way I'm moving. I'm either going to live in Mexico or Canada. There's no way I would live anywhere else. It's nothing against Turkey. I wouldn't move anywhere. And the subject of her moving to Mexico never came up. I guess because both of us just kind of understood that would never happen, and I don't blame her. So let me go back to Leon. Have I seen you before, Leon? Have you been in one of these live streams? I think I would have remembered somebody from Jutepec. If anybody is interested, Jutepec is kind of like on, if you exit Cuernavaca to the southeast, I guess you'll come to Jutepec. It's like kind of like a suburb, I guess. It is its own separate town, but it's essentially when you drive from Cuernavaca to Jutepec, you never know that you've left Cuernavaca. It just feels all the same. Um, Marco's asking, do I ever think about moving back to Canada? Is it weird when you go back? Two things. Do I ever think about moving back to Canada? What is your screen name, Leon? Is it Leon O? I don't recognize that name. I'm usually pretty good with that. No, I don't think about moving back to Canada, but you have to remember also at some point I didn't think about moving to Mexico. And things change. But I can't imagine living in Canada anytime, at least in the near future. But I also can't imagine myself living in Mexico when I'm 80 years old or 70 or, man, I can't say 60 because that's only 5 years away. Is it weird when I go back? Yes, it is. I've been back. I've lived here since 2006. First time I went back was 2009, then 2012, then 2015, then again in 2015. The second time was when my dad died, and then again 2019, and that was the last time at Christmas 2019. And each time I go, obviously it's been longer since I've been away, and it feels, especially the last time I was there in 2019, and now it's 5 years. This is the longest that I haven't been back. I feel more like maybe not a tourist, but I feel like I'm visiting a city rather than visiting my home. Um, Leon. Oh no, I don't recognize the name. I'm sorry, Leon. Um, hmm. I thought I would remember that. Okay, but thank you for commenting, and thank you for being here tonight. It's freezing here, isn't it? I know Jutepec is a few degrees warmer than Cuernavaca, but man, it's been free. The Saturday morning and Sunday morning, both when I woke up, were 9 degrees, um, which is pretty much the coldest I've ever felt here. I remember one day earlier this year, maybe in January or December last year, it was also 9. Very strange that it's 9 degrees at any time, especially in late November. I could see in December, maybe January, but yeah, quite cold here. There's a frente frio. By the way, this is hot chocolate with hazelnut creamer. You know, they have the little creamers, and here at Oxo, which is like the Mexican 7-Eleven, they have French vanilla. You can get just regular cream, but they also have French vanilla and hazelnut. So there's some hazelnut flavor in here. Oh no, I never got an answer. Hold on, let me go back. I missed Randy. Oh, Paul doesn't need the money, so he must really love playing money. I guess he's talking about Paul Stanley. Shandy for $100. I'll do it, Randy. I'm desperate. RBJ or is first of all, I need to know, is it RB Junior or RBJR? I'm gonna guess RBJR. Oh, Paul McCartney. Oh yeah, he doesn't need any money. I guess he needs some money because he sells his t-shirts like everybody else for 800 pesos, which is like $50, 45, $50, which is, you could rent a house, at least a room in Mexico for that much. RB Junior. Okay. And I will answer your question, RB Junior. Where are you from? And I don't think I don't recognize the name. Is this your first time here? And have you commented? I'm just curious. I like to know these things. Am I passionate about Tragically Hip? That's a good question. I don't want to say too much because, spoiler alert, there will be an episode featuring the Tragically Hip coming up soon. And I will talk about my, I don't want to give it away. I'll talk about my history with Tragically Hip when I get around to, and I won't say what album it is, but I do have one Tragically Hip record that I will talk about. I don't know when, but at some point. That was one of the Canadian bands. 'Cause months ago, I teased that I had like 3 or 4 Canadian bands to talk about, and nobody guessed. Everybody was guessing Helix, Kick-Axe. No, not Kick-Axe. Helix. Somebody guessed April Wine, but nobody guessed Tragically Hip, and that was one of them. Do I ever see any beautiful ladies? I guess you can go anywhere in the world and see beautiful ladies, but I don't think that Mexican women are particularly beautiful. Not any more than, I don't know. Pick a country. I mean, some are not. When was the last time I saw a beautiful woman? I don't know. Maybe it's been longer than I can remember. Okay, you've been subscribed for a long time, just never catch your live streams. Okay, well, welcome. And where are you from? Oh, there's John. Hello, John. I almost met John. I'll tell the story now. I don't think Canadian. No, there's no difference between Canadian women and American women. First of all, we're comparing, you know, a country with a population of 40 million versus 330 million. So it's a pretty large sample size. So there's going to be some dogs in there, of course. Um, but I mean, broadly speaking, I don't think Americans are any different than Canadian women. Um, so let me tell the story about John. Hello, John. John is from England. He lives in Mexico, in Tepic, I think. I know it's in Nayarit State, and he flew here to see Iron Maiden the other day, and we were texting with each other, and we were going to meet up, but it just couldn't happen. I think he ended up getting there late. He got stuck in traffic, I think. But that would have been cool. Um, Interesting question from John Holmes. When Maiden returns in 2 years, which they will, I want them to play Phantom of the Opera in 22 Acacia Avenue and Drifter. What do I want them to play on their 50th anniversary tour? Spoiler alert. Let me show you something. Look at is everybody ready for this? Let me go into my phone and show you. Look at what I did today. This was earlier today. This is discussing that exact topic. There we go. That will be addressed. This is a fifth. How long is this video? Long. 51 minutes and 58 seconds. Oh no, I have to cut the end. It's 51 minutes. I'm talking about the Run for Your Lives tour coming up, and I talked about the show in Mexico last week. That will be up on Thursday. Watch for that on Thursday. Okay, RB Jr. lives in Concord, California. A lot of Californians. I'm like Jesus in California. We got RB Jr., Kirk Desmond. Where is that guy? I haven't seen him for a long time. Randy, of course, is from California. Who else? There's a couple of people from California. Marco, do I remember? Were you the one that commented recently? First of all, let me go back here. Marco, I gotta admit, your trip vlogs to concerts and Murph vlogs are this. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that that people like those. I like doing them. I have a lot to say about a lot of things, to the chagrin of many people. But that's cool that that people appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. Oh, and Marco is he's in Florida. But oh, he had a hard time finding a hot one in Mexico City. Yeah. Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. Yeah, as I said, I mean, obviously, like I said, there are hot women everywhere, but I wouldn't say that Mexico is overflowing with them. I can highlight messages that I'm responding to. Look at Dallas, Mr. Tech. He's showing me up. If I were an umpire and he were a base runner or a batter in the baseball game, Dallas would be sitting in the dugout. He'd get the hook. He'd be axed. He's showing me up. How do I highlight the message? Oh, there. Okay. Oh, look at that. All right. All the hot Mexican women are here in California. I don't know if they move there from Mexico, or if they're Mexican of Mexican heritage and they grew up there with Mexican parents. I don't know, but there are maybe not too many here. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you something. I hope this doesn't sound too judgmental, or too arrogant. But when Burcu, my Turkish girlfriend, was here in February, we were in downtown Mexico City in Centro Histórico, and that's not the best area. I mean, it's cool. There's a lot of stuff to see, but it's very different than being in Roma, Condesa, the nicer areas. And I said to her, I said, "Do you notice around here you don't see anybody good looking? Like you don't see men or women. It's a certain kind of person in downtown Mexico City. I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm just saying it is a different look of people that you see in Centro Histórico than you see in Roma, Condesa, Polanco, places like that. Nápoles, Del Valle. Um, uh, California Mexican food better than Mexican food. I love them both. I don't know if I've ever talked about this before, but when I lived in Canada, like when I was a teenager, I always loved Mexican food more than anything. Probably Mexican was my favorite, then maybe Chinese, then Italian. I always wanted to eat Mexican. And then the first time I went to Mexico in 1992, I was so excited thinking, "Oh my God, I'm going to try real Mexican food." I love this stuff here and it's going to be even better in Mexico. I've never been so disappointed in my life as when I tried Mexican food here. And then when I moved here too, um, I was disappointed. And it's not that it's obviously it's just different. And when you like something for a long time, it's hard to do something better. Now, I don't know if I have a preference. I mean, I still love, and most Mexicans hate, um, uh, you know, Tex-Mex or California Mexican, whatever. I don't know why you can't like them both. I love them both. Um, Randy says she was very pretty minus the smoking. Yeah, the smoking was bad. And man, everybody smokes in Turkey. But yeah, she for me, she wasn't just pretty. She was perfect in just about every way, physically and otherwise. As I said, I really miss her. But yeah, the smoking sucked. Um, Marco went to Polanco trying to find good-looking people. Still no luck. Maybe you got to go to the embassies. Maybe go to the Belgian embassy. My friend Eric went there last week. He had to get his passport. Yeah, I should say not even necessarily pretty or attractive, but at least. And again, I hope I don't sound judgmental, but a different class of people. Um, Cousins smoke like chimneys in Europe. Yeah, I feel like Eastern Europe, especially, is a big smoke. It's just a giant smoking area, like outside of my high school. Um, yeah, beautiful and not so beautiful, and I don't care. But somebody was asking, "Beauty's in the eye of the beholder." Sometimes beauty is just beauty. Sometimes it's not the. I don't want to sound like an asshole. Um, Oh yeah, so getting back to this Polanco. Yeah, also maybe in Polanco it's more, and maybe this is what Randy is talking about, is more professionals. It's people with money. They're not necessarily, oops, shit. They're not necessarily hot or better looking. They just, they maybe have a little bit more fashion sense. Um I don't know. Polanco Cash City. Polanco is expensive. Yeah, that's like I don't know. Manhattan? I don't know. No, that's not a good comparison. Um, he's Mexican. I'm judging you, so you're allowed to judge you. That's a good point. I think there's nothing wrong with. I have a lot of Mexican friends, and a lot of them they are very aware of the problems in Mexico, and they don't like it any more than I. They don't like some of these things any more than I do. Not talking about how hot women are. Um, Hello. Yeah, Beverly Hills. Maybe not Beverly Hills, Randy, but let me get to this Beverly Hills. No, not quite like Beverly Hills because I've never been to Beverly Hills, but yeah, I get the idea because it's expensive. Hello, Cesar. I recognize the name. Lincoln Park. Am I going? Oh, absolutely not. No, I don't like Lincoln Park. I will not be anywhere near Photosol that night. I understand that they're huge, but no interest in Lincoln Park then or now. Uh, Hello, Seth. I always like that name, Seth. It's a great name. Except Seth Meyers. That guy annoys me. Hello, Seth from New Jersey. So we got two New Jersey. What are they called? New Jersey. What's the demonym of people from New Jersey? New Jerseyites? New Jerseyans? Not New Jerseyers. New Jerseyans. Sounds right. Help me out, Jersey people. Randy is asked. Oh, and Randy asked this earlier, but I forgot. Scumbags. Yeah, I was going to make a joke about, are they called trash, or maybe that's Staten Island. I don't know. Where's Mike Pratt? I just realized Mike Pratt is not here. What's coming up on the concert front for you? Allow me to give you a peek into my life. Some texting with a friend of mine here in Cuernavaca, Puma. I don't think he's ever appeared in any of my videos. He texted me yesterday and he said, can you read this? Whoops. Hey, I know it's not your kind of music, but Blasphemy, Canadian fucking legends, are coming to DF on Mexico. DF is Mexico City on December 7th. Leo, that's another friend of ours, are definitely going. Do you want to come? And my response was this. How's that for a response? Can everybody read that? So Venom is playing in Mexico City on December 7th. I don't know if I can go, man. Like I said, I gotta buy a new phone. Like maybe when this live stream ends, I'm gonna maybe order that phone, which is over 300 US, which is a fortune. That's like 2 months rent. I got this big trip coming up in February. I worked 49 hours last week. I'll probably work 55 this week, somewhere around there. So I don't know if I'm going to go to Venom or not. And then Lenny Kravitz is playing on the 15th. I would like to see him. Kind of. So I don't know. I don't know what's next. No, I suspect that I will not. Whoops. Let me do this trick here. I suspect that I will not like Blasphemy at all. Okay, so it is New Jerseyans. That's what I thought. Oh, Dave Alex, hello. Howdy from the Lone Star State. I do believe the Lone Star State is I think that's Kansas, I think. Hello to Kansas. A newcomer. I don't recognize Dave. Hello, Dave. He's got an Iron Maiden Future Past avatar beside his name, so he's pretty cool so far. We're back to Seth. That Power Slave vinyl. Yeah, I saw that. That was the 40th anniversary that was released a month or something ago. Yeah, it looked kind of cool, but I already have it on vinyl and CD. Wouldn't buy it again. But as has been established many times, Power Slave is in my top 10 albums ever. Favorite Iron Maiden album and top 10 album ever. Bronco Rat Rock says Lenny is phenomenal. Yeah, he is. I talked about Are You Gonna Go My Way on I Want to Talk About This album a few months ago. And I said I liked him at the time, but listening to him again now, I think, man, he's really good. I never really I had Mama Said and Are You Gonna Go My Way, the albums at the time, but never got into them. But when I've seen video of him playing live, yeah, he's the kind of music that I really like. I would like to see Lenny Kravitz. Seth saw Texas. That's right, Texas, not Kansas. Radio City Music Hall. I remember that. Oh, this is how much I know about Iron Maiden. It was supposed to be 7 nights, but they only ended up playing 5 because I think they said it was because Bruce was sick or something, but I think they just there wasn't enough demand to do the 7 shows. Is that right? Something like that. They did 5 instead of 7. It was scheduled for 7. At Radio City. Yeah, Bruce was sick. That's what I thought. Well, that's what they say. But then I think they've said that it wasn't he wasn't that sick, that it just that they couldn't fill it for 7 nights. Who knows? Oh, Dave saw Maiden in Fort Worth and San Antonio. Oh, good for you. All right, I like that. Oh, San Antonio was just last week. That was that was on why do I know that it was on November 17th? Sunday's November 17th, I believe San Antonio was. Yeah. Oh, and they had a cool event shirt. Texas always gets a cool Iron Maiden event shirt. And by the way, if anybody saw, hopefully some of you, at least I know some of you saw the video. Man, that Mexico City event shirt was really cool. Let me show you just a minute. A friend of mine who has a stand at El Chopo, his name is Gil. I think he's appeared in my videos before. Um, he posted this yesterday. Let me find this. Mexicans are quick. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, he posted this the other day that the at his stand at El Chopo, he's got the official. I mean, they're bootlegs, but it's the official, and his stuff is really really good. So I will be buying that next time I go to El Chopo. I don't know when that will be. I hope to go before Christmas. I was like kind of making a Christmas trip there, but I will be buying the official bootleg shirt. Um, let me go back here. Marco says, "Oh no, let me go in order." Um, Bronco, I get into arguments about Lenny all the time. People try to compare him to Prince. Yeah, I guess because they're black and they're both singer guitarists. Um, yeah, I mean it's either a fair comparison or a stupid comparison. But I mean they're both solo artists. They're both guitarists and singers. Both, I guess, obviously very talented. Um, Prince is obviously, excuse me, much more musically diverse. Lenny, he's pretty much rock. A little bit of funk, a little bit of soul, but Prince was very, very different. Um, I love them both though. Not favorites, but I do. I can't complain about either Lenny Kravitz or Prince. Um, Seth. Um, yeah, actually, the anniversary of that is coming up. I saw them on November 30th, 1984. Yep, good memory. So that's the anniversary is in 4 days. Yeah, that was a Friday night with Twisted Sister opening. Yep. Um, I don't know if you know this guy, Dallas. We may have looked at his store, but I don't know if you remember him. Maybe you did know him. He had well, of course he has long hair. A lot of people there have long hair. Kind of a big guy, big husky guy. Anyway, his stall is one of the best. Not Luis. If you're thinking of Luis, um, that owns Necrosis Dallas, is that who you're thinking of? Not him. Hello, Blue Flyer. Thanks, Dan. Enjoyed your video to the concert. Oh, thank you. Thank you for watching. Always nice to get some feedback. Um, top 10 guitar player. I don't know about that. Top, probably maybe number one musician all time. I don't know about, and who are we to say who's the best at any of these instruments, but, um, and yeah, Prince can do anything. Top 10, not just top, maybe top all time, not just musician, but entertainer. All the instruments he can play, writes the songs, dances, pretty much does everything. Um, dances. Prince was maybe the all around most talented musician ever. Um, yeah, Luis. Yeah, although Luis's stories, I got this. I think I got this shirt at Luis's stand or Necrosis Luis's store. I think this is this is the only shirt I have that I have in long sleeve, short sleeve, and sleeveless. I got the Power Slave trifecta. Did I miss anybody? If you are gay, for what? Hold on, hold on. If who is gay? Who is that in your picture in your avatar, Ken? Is that like the Shah of Iran, or is that King Abdulaziz, or who is that guy? Get out of here. Who's gay for liking Prince? Seriously, come on. Oh, Dallas may have something to say about that. Dallas was recently in Japan, and I believe bought something loudness related. Tusk of Jaguar. Never heard of that band. Oh, Gina, hello. Gina Ardilla. Is it Ardilla or Ardilla? Hello, Gina. You look good. Okay, everybody else leave. Gina and I want to talk. But really, Gina, where are you from? And really, give me your phone number. Bogota. Did you go see Iron Maiden last night, or when was that? Last night or 2 nights ago? 2 nights ago, I think. Sunday. Did you go to Iron Maiden in Bogota? Sunday. Yeah, it was Sunday. I hope you went. Is that how you discovered my channel, Gina? Oh yeah, sorry, I missed Marco mentioned earlier. I saw it, but I forgot to reply. Who was it that asked if I like Caifanes or Zoe? Was that Marco? No, I don't like either. I don't dislike. I just don't like. Okay, so Gina did learn of my channel through Iron Maiden. I don't know what happened with Iron Maiden this year with my Iron Maiden videos. All right, Ken, you're about to get 86th if you keep talking about gay stuff. Yeah, the I have one Iron Maiden video from I can't remember which tour that got like 50,000 views, and I think the last one I did in 2022 got 25,000. This one I think only got around 4,000. I think it was because the Iron Maiden Mexico Facebook page didn't share it this time. So I got stuck in the slums. Who's here? Gina, are you still here? Yeah, that's enough with the gay stuff. Javier. Hola, Javi. Gracias. I'm new to your channel and really enjoy your videos. Thank you. It's nice to see some newcomers. I was kind of hoping for that today. Thank you. Ardilla, not Ardilla, not squirrel. It's not Gina Squirrel. It's Gina just Ardilla. 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 Hello again, Gina. Marco is asking if I ever saw Roger Waters. No, never had any interest in Pink Floyd nor Roger Waters. He's played here a lot since I've lived here in Mexico. I feel like he comes like every 6 months or something. He played a big free concert in Zocalo in Mexico City. I didn't go to that. But no, don't care about Roger Waters. You know who's playing? Let's sticking with the Gina theme. Not the same country, but she's from Colombia, and oh no, it is. Sorry, Shakira. Do you like Shakira, Gina? I know you're an Iron Maiden fan, and Iron Maiden fans typically don't like Shakira, but maybe you like Shakira. She's playing the stadium where Iron Maiden played last week, and where Paul McCartney played 2 shows 2 weeks ago, and where Metallica played 4 shows 2 months ago. Shakira is playing 7 nights at that stadium. They just announced the seventh show last week. She's playing 7 nights at that stadium. Unbelievable. And I know one of her songs, at least by title. I know she has a song called "Hips Don't Lie." That's all I know about Shakira. And she's unrecognizable now. She does. I guess she shills for like Samsung or Apple or something like that. And there was a display in Costco I saw a couple of weeks ago of the headphones or whatever she was shilling for, and with a big, huge picture of her. And I was there with Lilia, my ex-wife, and she said something like, Lily said something like, I don't even recognize her anymore, something like that. And I said, who is it? And she said, you don't know who that is? And I said, no. I said, I've never seen her in my life. She said, that's Shakira. And Shakira was like, for me, the hottest woman I've ever seen, for a good period of time. And I don't know what happened to her, but I didn't recognize her at all when I saw her in this advertisement at Costco a month ago or something. Shakira owes a shit ton of taxes. Oh, I didn't know. In the US or Colombia? Okay, so Gina does not like Shakira. Um, I don't know if she's overrated or not. I mean, she's incredibly popular. Oh, Shakira owes millions of dollars. Oh, Dave is talking about Chicken Foot. You know what? I thought Chicken Foot. I thought that was a pretty cool name for a band. At least I think after I found out what it was. The Chicken Foot, I guess, is because it's three of them. It's like a chicken foot. Um, I don't think I've ever heard a note of their music. Corpus Christi, he gets around. Dave goes to concerts in Dallas, San Antonio, and Corpus Christi. Hey, Marco. Hey. Whoa. Don't do this, huh? Come on. You know what they do in Mexico when you go to the luchador matches? You buy chicken feet because you can buy them in the supermarket or market, and you throw them at the wrestlers. That's a tradition. I don't know why. Yeah, I saw this. Yeah, that's going by Jason Bonham's story. If that's true, that's pretty shitty. He basically, I guess, Bonham had to go home with a few dates left in the tour. I think I don't know, he had some important family things to tend to. Pretty serious stuff, I think. And so they got who filled in for drums. I mean, for Jason Bonham on drums, it was Kenny Aronoff, and then I guess Sammy Hagar said, "Yeah, we're just going to stick with Kenny." His mother's in the hospital. That's what it was. All right, Gina, forget about him. Focus on this, huh? Come on. You actually love chicken feet? The I was going to say the food. I mean the animal part, chicken feet. I've never tasted them. I've only thrown them at wrestlers. But from what I've heard, they're awful. They have a terrible texture, really chewy and gross. We shouldn't be eating feet as a society. We got to stay away from anything that touches the ground. Uh, Better girls than Shakira. Um, not during Shakira's peak years. Now, I don't know. I like I said, she looks very strange. She's very odd looking. Who else ruined or as New Yorkers say, ruined? Um, oh my God! You know who I saw a couple days ago? I don't know how long she's been like this. It was also unrecognizable. Linda McMahon. Oh my God, she looks like a I don't she doesn't even look like she was from this planet. Completely unrecognizable, far more unrecognizable than Shakira. Um, Courtney Cox from Friends had some, I don't know if that was Botox or plastic surgery. Oh, Madonna. Madonna is also just so strange looking now. Oh, and Gwen Stefani is another. Man, all these beautiful women, they ruin themselves with their plastic surgery. They have too much money. Shania Twain, I don't know what Shania Twain looks like these days. Um, yeah, Jewel, I like Jewel too. She was pretty hot. Um, I don't know who any of those people are. Floor Jansen, I recognize the name, but I don't know who she is. Simone Simons, Tarja? I don't know who that is. Yeah, Madonna is just so weird. So weird. Remember that video Madonna did at the beginning of COVID when she was sitting in the bathtub saying how COVID has made us all equal, we're all the same, while she's sitting there in the bathtub full of rose petals? What an idiot. Idiot. Yeah, I'm sitting here in my apartment wearing a toque, and she's a billionaire. Oh. Again with this, I still don't know who this is. Ellie Goulding and Billie Eilish. I don't know. Yeah, it was a bubble bath. Hello, casting. As I've said, I feel a little bit queer. Not queer in the Ken Nichols O'Keefe way, but queer just in the odd way. Calling somebody by their screen name. But hello, have we met before or have we interacted before? Ellie Goulding sings pop. Ellie Goulding sings pop. Okay. Uh, oh, Erica. Hello, Erica. Things just change. It's nice to have some females in the room today. And where do you live, Erica? Are you in? I can see you're in Mexico. I guess 2023 MX. Are you in Mexico City? Hopefully, you're in Cuernavaca. Yep. Nightwish. Yeah, I can't remember what she looks like, but I know the band Nightwish, and I do recognize that name. Mexico City. All right. And if I can ask, casting Erica, I should say, how did you know me? Did you discover this channel from the Iron Maiden videos recently? Oh, and yeah, Nita Strauss is she's hot. Um, and also seems like a nice person, whatever that's worth. And Carla Harvey, Charlie Benante's girlfriend, is very nice to look at as well. Should we be talking about women like this? Yeah, Erica, Gina, are you still there? Hmm. All right. Oh, she's playing here in Mexico too. I've seen some. I get some sponsored ads for her on social media in the last week or two, um, plugging her show in Mexico. She's doing like VIP things and whoops. Um, okay. Oh, Iron Maiden in London. Okay. I don't know. I know Iron Maiden is playing at London Stadium next year on that Run for Your Lives tour. Um, the home of West Ham United, Steve Harris's team. Oh, Dave has never been to Mexico City. You can ask Dallas about, or you can ask me or anybody, I guess, about Mexico City. Just don't ask Erica. Um, yeah, Mexico City is awesome. I love going there. I've lived here for 18 years, not in Mexico City, but um, in the area, and I spend a lot of time in Mexico City, and I love it. I mean, I only go to the areas that we talked about earlier. I'm not going to Satélite or La Raza or anything, but Mexico City is a cool place. Oh, you're going to London, maybe. Oh, I hope you do. You know what? I'll let the cat out of the bag now. Who's still here? I'll tell you where my since we're talking about cool places to go, I will tell you where I'm going on my trip. If I can get enough yes votes that you want to hear it, yeah, go to Tepito at night. It's beautiful. Do you want to know where I'm going? I don't want to make it seem like I'm keeping it such a big secret. Okay, Leon wants to know where I'm going. Who else? Seth wants to know where I'm going. It's two countries. I'll tell you that much. Ken, who's behaving himself, thank you, wants to know. See if we can get a couple more. You know I'm going to do it anyway. I just want to make it seem okay. Dallas doesn't want to know, so that's kind of like we're going backwards. It's two countries. Erica wants to know. Okay, that's all I need to know. Let me take a sip of my fake coffee. Gina is still here. Hello. Javier wants to know. All right, I'll tell you. I'm going to on February 10th. I'm flying to Bangkok, Thailand. And I'm going to be in Bangkok, I think, for about 4 days. And I'm going to go to another city in Thailand called Pattaya, a couple of hours from Bangkok. I'll spend just a day there. And then from there, I'm going to a very, very, very small, tiny island called Koh Samet. That's, I think, about 3 hours, 3.5 hours from Bangkok. I'll be there, I think, for 3 days. Then back to Bangkok, where I will go to Cambodia. I'm taking a train. The plan is anyway, and I think it's going to happen. I'm taking the train from Bangkok to the Thailand Cambodia border, and that costs like $1.50 US. $1.50. That's how much that train costs, and it's like a 5.5 hour trip. There's no air conditioning. That's how poor I am, or maybe how cheap I am. I could take a nice, comfortable, air conditioned bus that goes directly to Siem Reap, Cambodia, the city that I'll be visiting. But that's like $40. So instead, I'm going to take this train looks brutal. It's the seats are like basically wooden benches with like this foam padding like this, and they're just like this. They don't recline. There's no air conditioning, and it's fucking hot in Vietnam and Cambodia all year. And all the windows and doors are open, no air conditioning. Um, but it's $1.50 US. That's all I care about. And then from the border, I'll be taking a bus, I guess, to Siem Reap, which is another 2 or 3 hours or something. Yeah, passage to Bangkok. Yeah, I can't stop thinking about that. And also Holiday in Cambodia by yeah, Marco did guess Thailand. Yeah, he said Thailand and Fiji. Um, One Night in Bangkok. Who was that? Megadeth? No, that was One Night in Argentina in Buenos Aires. Who did One Night in Bangkok? Oh, that was that. Is that the name of a porn movie? Is that like One Night in Asia? Asia Carrera, the porn star. Um, oh yeah, so I'm going to see a place called Siem Reap in Cambodia. I was in Cambodia last year, but I went to. I was saving this line for the travel vlog, but I'll test it out here on the audience. Um, Confucius say Man walking through airport turnstile sideways is going to Bangkok. Um, oh yeah, I have some cool stuff planned for Cambodia. So last year when I went to Cambodia, I was in Phnom Penh, which is the capital in the south. This time I'll be going to Siem Reap, which is in the north. So it's the same country, of course, but different parts. And I'll be going to Angkor Wat. And the plan is to rent a motorcycle and drive 3 hours through the Cambodian countryside to the north border with Thailand. I'll be coming in from I guess it's the west side of Cambodia, which is the east side of Thailand when I enter the country. But then I'm going to rent a motorcycle, drive about 3 hours north through the countryside to go to Pol Pot's. I guess it's not his grave, but his final resting place. And it's a nothing. It's like a little, 4 post with like a hut roof like this. Really I mean, there's just a little marking saying this is Pol Pot's final resting site. Nobody goes there. I mean, the guy killed 2 million people. But I'll be going there. I'm going to a landmine museum, and then I'll be going to offset that. I'll be going to a de-land mining facility. I'll be going to another killing field. I went to a killing field in Phnom Penh, or just outside Phnom Penh last year. I'll be going to a Cambodian War Museum. Yeah, Cambodia, Thailand. Watch for those videos in February. Bronco's asking my biggest regret of not seeing an artist or band who either died or the band ended. I guess Mother Love Bone, for sure. Yeah. They were playing in Toronto at a place called the Diamond Club in, I guess it must have been, when did Andy Wood die? I think he died March 19th, 1989. So it was before he died. And they were playing at the Diamond Club opening for Dogs d'Amour, and I didn't like Dogs d'Amour, and I was, I guess, very snobby about music back then. I said, I want to go see that concert. I want to see Mother Love Bone, but I don't want to see Dogs d'Amour. And so I didn't go, and then Andy Wood died shortly after that. So I missed that was my chance to see Mother Love Bone. Let me see. Khmer Rouge. Yeah. Yep, that's them. That's the oh, and I will be getting tattoos in both Cambodia and Thailand. Yes. I don't know what path you're going down here, Ken. Please behave. I was talking about yesterday with my friend Eric when we were hiking that for as long as I can remember, since I was a teenager, you always heard about I mean back then they weren't called trans, they were lady boys, and I don't know why, but Thailand, I don't know about Bangkok specifically, but Thailand is a country. Pattaya is like the sex tourism capital of the world. I'm going there not because of that, but just for convenience. Um, yeah, but a lot of ladyboys in Bangkok. Um, Angkor Wat. I do remember that, and actually that one, Dave, and also you spelled it wrong both times. It's Angkor. So the first time you missed the first time you missed the K, the second time you missed the G. It's both Angkor Wat. You know how big Angkor Wat is, man? I had no idea it is. They sell 7-day passes to Angkor Wat. It's not that you want to go and see the same thing 7 days. They say that realistically, you could spend a month there and you wouldn't see all of Angkor Wat. It's like hundreds of square miles. I thought it was just like a site, like going to these archaeological sites in Mexico. It's huge. No, spelling is not horrible. I mean, this is I mean, I wouldn't expect. I don't know if I would have known how it was spelled at some point. Um, but yeah, anyway, Angkor Wat is huge, and it's expensive. Even a 1-day pass is $37 US. That's like the most I can rent this motorcycle. That's about $5 or $6 to rent the motorcycle for the day. Um, so yeah, 37 bucks. That's a lot, but I'll pay that for sure. Um, did I miss something? Who did you see? Oh, Prince. Yeah, Prince is another one that that I never saw. And another one is AC/DC. I never saw AC/DC, although the time hasn't run out on that. Um, I guess rumors are that AC/DC is supposed to announce the North American tour any day, and I expect Mexico City will be on there. This will be my last chance to see AC/DC, so I will go see them. I will go see them. Um, yeah, Angkor Wat is incredible. Yep, and it's not just Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat is actually just a small part of a massive site. There's like lots and lots and lots of temples within that whole area. I think the famous one is Tan Pram. I can't remember what it's called. Um, yeah, did I read recently that there's rumors that Axel is back and Brian Johnson is out? Did I imagine that? Rigor Mortis. I saw Rigor Mortis. Ooh, late '80s maybe. I think with Sacred Reich, and Rigor Mortis. I could be wrong. Yeah, Thailand is cool for me. That whole part of the world, especially those four countries that are all together, um, going from west to east: Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam. Very appealing to me. I have to consider price when I travel, and those are all cheap countries to visit. But also, I love, as I mentioned earlier, I love the wild, chaotic, different places. They're all hot and tropical, which I love. I don't want to go anywhere cold. They all have great food. I mean, when I went to Vietnam and Cambodia last year, I loved the food in both countries. I think everybody knows that Thai food is great. I'm very excited. Yeah, Thailand will be cool. Although the more I read about it, the more I think I mean, my main trip is to Thailand, but it's going to be a very different experiences. I'm on the beach on that small island for like 3 days, and then in the big city in Bangkok for 4 days or something. Siem Reap is going to be much different. As I said, it's a lot of war and genocide and kind of stuff. And it's a smaller. Siem Reap is only, I think, a quarter of a million, couple 100,000 people, and it's not nearly as developed as Thailand. Um, I'm looking forward to maybe to Cambodia or the activities in Cambodia, maybe more than the activities in Bangkok. Ah, and you know what? You know who's playing in Bangkok when I'm there? I just discovered this. I don't know, last week or something. Any guesses? Any guesses? It's a big band, huge band, one that I haven't seen, and one that I would have liked to have seen in recent years. Um, but they just played here last week, but as a festival, and I wouldn't want to go. Green Day. Green Day is playing in Bangkok. That not the day that I arrived, but my first full day there. Green Day is playing there. I went to buy tickets and it's sold out. There are tickets left, but the cheapest ones available are like, oof, they're like 300, 350 US. I don't know about that much. Far more than I would pay for any band. But I like Green Day. And I think it would be really cool to see them in Bangkok. Hopefully, because it's sold out, hopefully another show will be added because I really would like to see it. But I was very excited when I saw Green Day was playing in Bangkok when I was there. And I don't know if anybody remembers. I don't know if I mentioned this at any point, but when I was in Vietnam, um, Sacred Reich and Violence were playing there together. In But it was the day after I left, or the same day that I left. I left early in the morning. I think they were playing that night or the next night. And I'm not a big fan of Sacred Reich or Violence. But man, to imagine seeing that in Vietnam, that would have been cool. Erica says, hold on, Hill, hold on. Are you confusing Green Day with Limp Bizkit? Or did you mistype Dookie for Nookie? Or are you trying to send me a subliminal message, Erica, by telling me that you love Nookie? Yeah, that would have been very cool to see. Imagine seeing that in like who goes to that, like who knows about Sacred Reich in in Vietnam, for God's sake. How does that tour get booked, or that show? They played also, I think, in Singapore and Jakarta or Bali or somewhere in Indonesia. Amazing. Finally, Mike Pratt has come back to the live stream. Your name was brought up earlier, Mike. Oh, I'm disappointed, Erica. Yeah, Green Day. Why not? This is, just like I said, just like with Sacred Reich and Violence, it's there's just something very, very appealing to to see a band that you're even a casual fan of. And Green Day, I did love Dookie, just like Erica did. And what came after that? Nimrod, then no, Insomniac, then Nimrod. I like those. And then when they had the Uno, Dos, Tres albums, 10 years, 2013, 2014, Uno was excellent. I kind of missed, what they were doing with American Idiot. Um, but yeah, that would be awesome to see a concert, especially a big arena show in Bangkok. That would be great. Uh, yeah, keep hoping, Mike. Wow, first time ever. If I can ask, Dave, how old are you? 49, and you've never seen Metallica. Wow. Is there a reason for that? I mean, I'm 55 and I've never seen AC/DC, and I've been listening to AC/DC since 1980. I guess just some things are weird. But wow, Metallica tours, well, not so much in the last 15 years, but I mean, through the 90s, Metallica toured more than anybody. Oh, were you one of these people with your nose in the air about the Black Album, and you cast Metallica aside because of the Black Album? Is Gina still here? Hello, Erica. Where's Gina? We're up to 18 people. Who's here? Yeah. I've addressed this. That never bothered me. I know that a lot of people felt like that. That I mentioned that when I talked about the Black Album a month ago or 6 weeks ago, whenever it was. Yeah, the Black Album was when jocks started listening to Metallica, and yeah, I guess it changes a little bit. As I said at the time, that I mean, I still liked Metallica, but they didn't feel like my band anymore. Mm. Erica went to 3 of the 4 Metallica concerts. Which one did you miss, Erica? Of the 4, which one did you not go to? One, two, three, or 4? There's Gina. Hello. That's okay. Um, I never defend any band. I don't know why people get so wound up over that. They get angry about people liking or not liking whatever band. Um, no, I think Green Day has some great songs. I'm not the biggest fan. I've never seen them live, but again, seeing them in Bangkok would be cool. Um, Let me go back here. Hello, let me read this. Hi, Dan. I've just binged watched all your bootleg merch videos. Oh my God, that's a lot of videos. I'm a huge Maiden fan. Seeing all those shirts was cool, but also kind of frustrating because I can't have them. Well, thank you, Andy. Very nice that you binge watched. I don't know if anybody's ever binge watched my any of my videos, but that's pretty cool. I appreciate it. Thank you, and that's cool that you liked it or like them. Um, Let me see. Deftones. I loved White Pony. The first album had a couple of songs I liked. White Pony was excellent, and then Around the Fur had a couple of songs I liked. I was never a big fan, but you know what? I saw Deftones open for Kiss in Buffalo, New York in 1996, and they got booed horribly. That was when just their first album was still pretty new, and I mean a Kiss crowd is not going to enjoy Deftones. Yeah, they got booed. Deftones. Um, Erica missed the first one. Yeah, me too. And I hate that because they played Leper Messiah that night, and I was dying to hear Leper Messiah, and I missed it. I've never heard that live. Um, I said it before. Yeah, I'm sick of Sad But True, but I remember hearing that song for the first time and thinking, "Holy shit, this is really good." This was like heavy Metallica song. Of Wolf and Man, I talked about that too. That's maybe my favorite on the album. Maybe because it wasn't a hit. I never had the chance to get tired of it, but Of Wolf and Man is incredible song. I saw that too, Seth. Where did you see it? Did you see it in at the Meadowlands in New Jersey? I would guess. I saw that one also in Buffalo, New York. Metallica just destroyed Dawkins. Dawkins went on after. This is probably at every show. Um, yeah, nobody cared about Dawkins at that point. Um, okay, I'm still not sold on 72 Seasons. The song 72 Seasons is, I can't say as good as anything Metallica's ever done, but I listen to that song a lot. Love that song. The album, I'm still, eh, it's too long for me, but I have no problem with it. Um, Hello, Gina. Please stick around. Um, yeah, that's so weird that the price difference. My Iron Maiden ticket, and I've got it. Oh, I've got it right here. Just a minute. Iron Maiden ticket was 600 Mexican pesos. Can you see that? Where's the price? Up there, yeah. 600 Mexican pesos. That's like 31, $32. Um, and my Paul McCartney ticket was even cheaper. A Paul McCartney ticket was like about 25. Metallica was, I think the cheapest Metallica ticket was around 70 US when they played here in September, which sucked. The ticket that I bought was like that. thanks to Randy and the others that donated, Dallas and John and whoever else. Thank you again to everybody. When I bought my ticket for that, it was 2,300 pesos, and then the next day it was 1,300. That really sucked. That bullshit dynamic pricing. Whoops. Andy wants to know, have I made a video showing my album memorabilia collection? No, I did one some years ago showing all my T-shirts. At that time, those T-shirts are mostly gone because I lost about 25 pounds, 22 pounds something, and so all my shirts were way too big. I don't really have much memorabilia. I've never really been a collector. You know what I got? Hold on, just a minute. Let me show you. This is worth showing. Where is it? Just a minute. Let me stand up here and show something that I just got yesterday. Actually, let's do a show and tell. First I'll do an impression. Who is this? Is everybody paying attention? I'm going to do an impression and see if anybody knows who this is. And I've got some comments to get to here. All right. Who is this? Is this mic working? Who's that? That wasn't a good impression. Okay. Okay, so let me show you. I can show a few things. You know what I got the other day at Iron Maiden? I got a James Hetfield pick. That's a real official James Hetfield pick. I got that from a guy. His name in Mexico City. His name is Noe, and he's been following me on YouTube for quite some time, and we've been friends on social media for years, and kind of, a little bit of comments here and there over the years. And I met him before Iron Maiden last week, and he got this at the concert. This was from Hetfield's microphone stand. It's not one of the cheap ones that they throw at the end. This was an actual pick from Hetfield's mic stand, so that's kind of cool. But the thing that I got yesterday, and I have two things to show. I got this, and you want to see what this is? Look at this, and this could open the gates. Look at this, Mike. You're here just in time. It's not Gene Simmons, but it's the Demon. Yeah, this was I went hiking at the volcanoes with my friend Eric yesterday, and he bought me this for my birthday. So pretty cool. And I've seen these for years, these Funko Pops or Pop Rocks, whatever they're called. And I always think, that's kind of cool, but it's just too dangerous. You buy one, and next thing you know, you got to buy a new house to store them all. But that's pretty cool that I have a friend who bought me such a cool and thoughtful thing. Very cool. And then the other thing, now this is cool. You got to pay attention to this. If anybody has noticed, for years and years, I had my avatar here was a sign that said, "Say no to drugs, say yes to tacos." I had that since like 2006, I think, when I started this channel. And a guy that that followed me on YouTube, and then we became friends on social media recently. I did the video with him, the poster guy, Brian Jones, Bones Jones. I did that gig poster video with him recently. He designed the avatar that I have now, which is like me, with the mohawk and everything. And he's just thought, oh, here's this cool thing. And so I put as my avatar. But now look at what I got on Friday. Look at this. Nice and framed. Look at that. Oops. That's cool. So I'm going to have to hang this somewhere. Yeah, it is badass. It's cool. And you know what's great about that, and I have funny hair. If it stood up, I would look more like this. It's not standing up because I'm wearing a hat. Um, but how detailed this guy Brian is, who made this. Um, Now, if and I have to say, Erica and Gina, please look away for what I'm about to do. I don't want you to see this. If you notice, I have these two dead teeth, which are kind of the result of a Death Angel concert in 1988, and also a result of a quack dentist here in Mexico, in Cuernavaca, who, if this had been in Canada, this guy would have had a big lawsuit on his hands from me. Look at the detail that he put. He even put the two discolored teeth. Where is it? Look at that. God, this is hard. There it is. Sad that I have that, but cool that he although I think it should have been these two. I don't know. But pretty cool. Um anyway, so that's show and tell. Oh no, I've also got this from Iron Maiden. From the show. They had these show uh they had these things, and you peel the back off and you scan it, and you can win a signed set list and signed vinyl, stuff like that. I didn't win, but it's kind of a cool little, it's like a credit card. Little plastic card, a cool knickknack. Let me see. I maybe missed a bunch of stuff. Let me go back up here and see what I missed. Uh, ah, okay. That's a fair price. 110 Canadian compared to 300 US. That doesn't make sense. Um, I never heard Diamond Eyes. The name of the album is Diamond Eyes. All right. Maybe I'll have to listen to that. Yes, Gina. We're on the same page. She likes White Pony. Hmm. How old are you, Erica, if I may ask? Uh, okay. There's Mike's kind of continuing with the Metallica history. I was heavy years ago. What happened? Nothing happened. I just started eating better and healthier. I mean, I don't need this now. I'm warming up now. Yeah, I just really changed my eating habits. I've always exercised, so that wasn't a problem. Um, yeah, that's it. Stopped eating crap and started eating more healthier stuff. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Buying three more. You know where I saw these, Erica? And this was a couple of years ago. There's and Erica, where do you live? In what part of, I know you said you live in Mexico City, but in what part of Mexico City do you live, Erica? I'm here, Gina, or if you're referring to my physical location, I'm in Cuernavaca, Mexico. I'm here. I'm here. Um, oh yeah, so getting back to this, um, Erica, I have two questions. How old are you? And where do you live? I hope I'm not lecherous by saying that, by asking that. Um, yeah, it's a cool little card. And I guess you didn't win anything, Gina? I don't know how many signed set lists or records they give away at each show. Um, I'm waiting for Erica. No, neither. I hate festivals for many reasons. That's another thing, man. Scorpions were supposed to play at Vive Latino this year in March 2024, and they canceled because Klaus, I think, had back surgery or something, and he couldn't make it. So I thought, oh, good, maybe they'll reschedule for next year, meaning 2025, and they'll come on their own. And they're playing Vive Latino again next year, so that in March 2025. So that sucks because I really, 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 I'm in real Scorpions mode the last few months. Really, like all I've listened to in the last couple of months is pretty much Scorpions and Metallica. That sucks that Scorpion, and then also Green Day, as I said, just played Corona Capital. Red Hot Chili Peppers last year also played Vive Latino or Corona Capital. I can't remember which one. A lot of bands I like, they come and they play these festivals, and I hate it. Um, Erica, stop blushing and please answer me. Answer me. I guess you're, and I don't mean this how it might sound. I guess you're older because you said you saw Metallica in London in 2011. Um, but I am curious. I always want to know how old people are. Actually, I haven't asked anybody else how old any of them are. It's just you, Erica. Um, I'll wait for Erica to type. Oh, well, let me get to why I was asking you, Erica, where you live. If you know Forum Buena Vista or Plaza Buena Vista, I'm sure you know El Chopo, right, Erica? Please, please tell me that you know El Chopo. Beside there, there's okay, you're 40. All right, so you know. Um, hmm. Forum Buena Vista or Plaza Buena Vista beside El Chopo. Um, I saw there's a store in there that they sell that kind of things, like toys and memorabilia stuff like that. They had all the Iron Maiden ones. This was probably 3, 4, 5 years ago, maybe. They had like the Peace of Mind and Power Slave and Number of the Beast. They had like a lot of them. They were pretty cool. But as I said, you get one and then you got to get all the other ones. So, Eric gave me this one as a gift. I'll be stopping there. I can't open myself to that. All right, let me see what else I missed. Did I win anything? No, I didn't win anything. Dave says Pushead Rules. Yeah, the guy that did this caricature of me, he's heavily influenced by Pushead. Big time Pushead fan, and you can see it in his work. And he met Pushead about a month ago in New York at a kind of a small event. The Motley Crue Funkos are pricey. I think they're all pricey. I don't know who either of those two people are. Eric Draven and Dale Cooper. Those don't even sound like real names to me. Uh, Judas Priest. I only saw. I don't know how much you've seen, Seth, but I'm not a big Judas Priest fan. I've been going through their catalog up to Defenders of the Faith and the I Want to Talk About This album series that I've done. And I was a little bit disappointed. I mean, some stuff was great, some of it was okay, but overall, I think especially I was very disappointed or quite disappointed in Hellbent for Leather. But I did see them once in 2004, and that was largely because Slayer opened for them, and I'm a huge Slayer fan. And they actually just announced they're playing here. Not Slayer, Judas Priest is playing here in April, May, sometime one of those months around there. Um, I may go. We'll have to see what happens. Um, Saw Pantera 3 times. Now that's another concert regret. Somebody asked earlier what was my big concert regret that I didn't see, and then somebody died. I've mentioned this before. One concert regret that I have, although I did see them a couple times later. Pantera. Pantera is playing Toronto in 1990, November 1990, at also at the Diamond Club where I missed Mother Love Bone, and I just come back from Florida, Marco, that day, and it was on a Sunday, and my friend Don had left me a message, or maybe he called me when I got home and said, that he had tickets for Pantera because he worked for at that point I think either a record store or record company, and he had tickets to go see Pantera, and I was a fan at that point, and he said, "Hey, I got free tickets. Let's go see Pantera." And I said, "Nah," because I just got back. I mean, really, that day, I think I had been home probably less than an hour. Got back from the airport from Florida, and I I wanted to go and see my girlfriend because I hadn't seen her for a week, and we had some business to take care of. And so I miss seeing Pantera on the Cowboys from Hell tour. I saw them on in '94 and in '97. But yeah, that would have been cool to see them in on Cowboys for Hell 19 Cowboys from Hell 1990. Um, Erica, are you there? Erica, Erica, Erica. This is for Erica. Find me Find me on, and anybody else can too if they want, but I'm talking to Erica. You can find me on Instagram, please, Erica, and please send me a message. Where was that, Dallas? That you saw Dime a week before? Actually, a good friend of mine. He was at the show in Columbus where Dime was killed. That's coming up. That was December. It was 2004. Was it December 4th or December 10th? December 8th. Same day as John Lennon. December 8th. That's coming up in about 2 weeks. Um, so where did you see him, Dallas? Oh, Spokane, Washington. Okay. Um, Europa, the last battle. I don't even know what that is. It sounds like a video game. No idea what that is. Um, First time caller, long time listener. Thank you, Bronco. Uh, yeah, Anthrax is open for everybody. That kind of bugs me about Anthrax. And actually they're on a headlining tour right now, co-headlining I think with Creator. I saw they just played in Manchester, I think last night or 2 nights ago. I also saw Anthrax open for Iron Maiden on Book of Souls tour 2015 or 2016. And they also opened for, you probably saw them in on No Prayer for the Dying tour. Is that right, Seth? I think Anthrax opened for Iron Maiden on that No Prayer for the Dying tour. Um, I would have loved to have seen Pantera in this run of shows that they've done recently. Um, yeah, Big Val. Yeah, I think that was pretty common knowledge that Dime was, the way that you saw him in those vulgar videos and Three Watch It Go. That's pretty much how he was. You know what? He also Dimebag did go to El Chopo. One of my Mexican friends told me about this. He was at El Chopo. I guess that was when for sure because I think Pantera just played here once. They're opening for Metallica in 1999, and Dime was at El Chopo, and obviously he was mobbed, and apparently he had a big handful or a pocket full of something of guitar picks, and he just like threw them all in the air, and then he ran away to escape the crowd. He was getting overwhelming for him, I think. Um, let's see. hmm Europa. I don't even know what that is. Okay, yeah, no prayer for the dying. All right. Um, yeah, that this one was definitely no prayer for the dying. Yeah, that tour was that was the first time that I skipped Iron Maiden. I saw the three prior tours: Power Slave, Somewhere in Time, and Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. and then No Prayer for the Dying, I was out of the Maiden business. Yeah, that would have been well, the album came out in 1990. I don't know what month, but yeah, it would have been 90 or 91, that tour. You don't like Anthrax? I love Anthrax to varying degrees, and other things over the years. Let me check something here. Hmm, no message from Erica yet. Oh wait. Let me see the set list from that tour. That I don't know how many songs they did from No Prayer or how many songs they've done from No Prayer for the Dying since that tour. They typically do what, at least four, maybe five or six songs from each album that they're touring behind. Let me check that set list from the No Prayer for the Dying tour. I do remember it played at Maple Leaf Gardens. Uh, ah, ah, ah. Okay, let's see. Okay, it was January 18th, 1991 in Toronto. And the set list was Tail Gunner. Let's see, how many songs from No Prayer for the Dying? Five. Yeah, that's about right. Tail Gunner, Public Enema number one, Wrathchild, Die with Your Boots On, Hallowed Be Thy Name, 22 Acacia Avenue, Holy Smoke, The Assassin, No Prayer for the Dying, The Clairvoyant, 2 Minutes to Midnight, The Trooper, Heaven Can Wait, Iron Maiden, and then the encore was Number of the Beast, Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter, which then that really would have been a sixth um, song from No Prayer for the Dying. Run to the Hills and Sanctuary. Yeah, that's a great set, man. I think anything that was probably the last great set list they did because it was after that Fear the Dark, and I still have never heard Fear the Dark the whole album. Um, that's an excellent set list. Yeah, very cool. All right, Broncos also not a big Anthrax fan. I know a lot of people don't like them. I don't know why. You know what? Actually, I kind of do know why. I think that they are kind of unlikable, um, for various reasons. I think, especially for thrash fans, they're maybe too happy and too maybe not thrashy enough. Maybe the image. A lot of people maybe were turned off by that, the shorts and everything. Um, and that Scott Ian can be quite douchey. Um, and also, God, the constant lineup changes was they were insufferable from like 90. Although I did love Stomp 442. I feel like there's like 8 people that bought that album, and I love it. And Volume 8, The Threat Is Real, was amazing. And We've Come For You All was also amazing. Uh, Another Anthrax hater. What's wrong with you people? Um, I don't know if Testament is awesome too, man. Testament had. It's a good question. I have to think. On the surface, I would say I prefer Anthrax over Testament. I'd have to really sit down though, because I mean, really, really love the Formation of Damnation. Their albums don't sound that great. Their early albums, Practice What You Preach, New Order. I love the songs and I love them at the time, but there's something weird, about those how they sound now. Yeah, I like Testament a lot. Oh, let me see. Going back here, this is going way back. Andy, are you still here, Andy? I missed your question earlier. Oh yeah, okay. He just reposted that. I did see it earlier, Andy, but I forgot to click on it. Sorry. Did I see Motorhead? I think I saw Motorhead one, two. I saw them 5 times. Yeah, the first time I ever saw them was on the Orgasmatron tour in 1986, and that probably still remains the loudest concert I've ever heard. Unbelievably loud. Yep. But then I saw them. The last time I saw them was in Mexico City in 2013, and it was one of the worst sounding concerts I've ever heard. It was at an arena. Maybe that had some, and Suicidal Tendencies and Anthrax were also, they were all playing together. The sound sucked for all the bands. Um, Dave saw Maiden in a very rundown venue in the middle of nowhere during the Virtual 11 tour. Yeah, amazing to think that there was a period where Iron Maiden was playing in like clubs and really small venues. I know they played in the Showbox in Seattle, which holds like 400 people or something. Amazing to think how far Iron Maiden fell at that time during that period. Um, Hello, Felix. Hello, hello. First time I'm hearing from him. Since Bruce came back, the studio album sounds similar, and there's not much of a question for quality. Seems like Bruce came back for the classic tours. Yeah, I might talk about that at some point. Brave New World. Yeah, they're really. I did talk about that in a video that I did today. That the studio albums have largely been formulaic since Brave New World. I talked about that a little bit today. All right, Mike. We're going the opposite way now. Mike is a big Anthrax fan. Big Four should be Metallica, Mega, Testament, Slayer. No, it shouldn't be. Remember, Big Four. It's not anybody's personal favorite four. It's the biggest ones, the ones that were the most successful. Um, so replacing Anthrax with Testament. It's kind of funny now because I think in terms of uh, I don't know who does anybody really even care or know who sells more albums now. I feel like Testament has endured. They've been more consistent than Anthrax, but still, Testament never had the success that Anthrax did. Whether you like them or not, Anthrax was pretty successful. Um, Bush Thrax or Joey Thrax? That's a good question. Again, on the surface, I have to say, oh, Joey for sure. But I don't know. I mean, um, Among the Living is in my top 4 albums ever, 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 ever. But then, if I took, let's say what, Sound of White Noise, Stomp 442, Volume 8, We've Come For You All, those 4. If I put those 4 against my 4 favorite albums with Joey, which I guess would be obviously Among the Living, Spreading the Disease for sure. I guess the 4 in a row from Spreading the Disease, Among the Living, Persistence of Time, and sorry, State of Euphoria and Persistence of Time. I would maybe take John Bush. Um, yeah, that's a tough. I like them both. Dallas Loves Testament. Wow, Marco really doesn't like Anthrax. I thought they've always been a great live band. Their set list sucks. They have a really terrible set list. They play, they have so many. They open all the time. They don't headline very often, as I said. So they play, like 8 or 9 songs, and at least 2 of them are covers. They do "Got the Time" and "Antisocial," and then even I think when they headline, they only do like 14 songs. And it's Cotton and Mosh, and even though I just said that's one of my favorite albums ever, um, they've been playing those songs forever. Cotton and Mosh, "I Am the Law," "Among the Living," great songs, but yeah, I would like to see them mix it up. Um, all right, another vote there. There's Erica who loves Anthrax. Yeah, that I think they're awesome live. They're very, very entertaining. I think and always have been. And Erica continues to say that she saw Anthrax opening for Megadeth. Okay. And I guess just a minute. I think I'm investigating something here. I think Erica was too busy in the live stream to send me a message on Instagram at Danbowski Mexico because I have nothing. Um, I think I'm one of the very few that did of the John Bush albums. Sound of White Noise is my least favorite. There was something I don't know. That album was just a little bit weird. The sound, that was the first Anthrax album where it didn't really sound like Anthrax. Some great songs. I loved Sodium Pentothal. Can remember the name of that song. Potter's Field. This Is Not an Exit. Burst. Some great songs, but maybe my least favorite on that is Only, which I think for most people would be their favorite. Yeah, Sound of White Noise for me is not a favorite. What else? 1986. What was 1986? Yeah, Dancing Undercover, Spreading the Disease, um, Rain and Blood, Master of Puppets, Night Songs, Cinderella. What else was 86? Peace Cells. Yeah, 86 was good. So was 84 and 85 and 87, 88, 89. Yeah. Yeah, that's another one. I don't know what to think about that 1994 Motley Crue album. Amazing sounding. Aside from Shout the Devil, it's their best sounding album sonically. I didn't think the songs were that great, and I love John Corabi's voice, but that the songs were not that great. Um, Sepultura, I never got into. They're okay. I did buy Roots. That's the only Sepultura album I ever bought. I think Lamb of God sucks. I really just that Randy Blythe's voice, just don't like it at all. Um, Motley Crue 1985 was loud for Blue Flyer. Brave New World, Dallas really enjoyed it. Yeah, I'll do an episode of Brave New World because I do have a fairly strong opinion about that. I don't want to give anything away. Uh, Hello, Felix. Thank you for catching the live stream. Nice to see you. Where are you from? Are you Mexican from Mexico City? Felix? Felix Cuevas? Anthrax open for Pantera. Yeah, me too. I don't know if it was the same tour. That was 97 or 98. That was in the winter. It was at a pretty small venue called the Warehouse in Toronto. Um, and Anthrax did a cover of at that show. Anthrax did a cover of Emperor's Return by Celtic Frost, and Phil Anselmo came out and sang on it. That was cool. Anthrax. Yeah, Taylor Swift sells more everything than anyone. Uh, let's do a survey to pick the big four of the channel. What of what channel? Of my channel and the big four what? The big four subscribers, the big four of my videos. What do you got in mind here, Felix? Yes, Dallas. Yeah, you told me about that. You said they were sitting beside you, and they were complaining. I think you said it was Scott, Frankie, and John Bush. Was it? I remember you told me that. Um, I think Ramstein, whatever it's called. I think that band sucks. I mentioned that in a video in passing. Mentioned that recently. I don't like that band at all. Um, Dave goes with Joey Belladonna. Yeah, I mean, obviously most. I mean, just think of their success with Joey Belladonna versus John Bush. Nobody cared about John Bush, unfortunately, largely speaking. Um, yeah, those are all. I love all those albums, all of them. Among the Living, State of Euphoria, Peace Sells, Rain and Blood, and Justice for All. Amazing. 86, yes. Yeah, some people won't forgive Anthrax for the rap hip hop. Yes, yes, people are. I forgot about that. Yeah, metal fans really hold grudges. Um, yeah, to bring the noise. I can do that. Bass, how low can you go? Death Row, what a brother no. Once again, back is the incredible Rhyme Animal, the incredible, the Public Enemy number one. 5 says freeze. And I got numb. Can I tell him that I really never had a gun, but it's the wax that the Terminator X spun? Now they got me in a cell because my records they sell. Because a brother like me said, well, Farrakhan's a prophet, and I think you ought to listen to what he can say to you, what you ought to do. Follow for now. Power of the people say, Make a Miracle, Depump the Lyrical, Black is Back, All In, We're Gonna Win. Check it out. Yeah, y'all, come on. Here we go again. I love Public Enemy. I know Mike Pratt is disgusted with me right now, but Public Enemy is excellent. Long before they were involved with Anthrax, I was a Public Enemy fan. 84 is great too. 84 was what? Out of the Cellar, Fistful of Metal, Ride the Lightning, uh, Defenders of the Faith, 1984, Van Halen, of course. What else was in 1984? Motorhead, no remorse. Was that 84, 85? Yeah, 84 was great. Power Slave. How could I forget Power Slave? Who's Jason Green? Jason Green is that Stephen Piercy's manager? I know Dallas. I've talked about this guy. Is that who it is? Am I missing something? Wasting time with Jason Green? Am I on to something here, or am I talking out of my ass? Dave, help me out. What's the Jason Green reference? Oh, he's also talking about the High and Dry. I never had that record. I had for some reason I skipped that. I had On Through the Night and Pyromania, but I never had High and Dry. Same with Maiden. As much as I love Maiden, I had Number of the Beast first, and then for some reason I didn't get Peace of Mind until like in the '90s. But I did have Power Slave. I don't know why I skipped High and Dry. I don't know why I skipped Peace of Mind. Um, yeah, yeah. Remember that? Had being a teenager. I was 16 in 1986, and worked at KFC after school and on weekends, and had a lot of money for that time anyway, making $4.50 an hour. Erica wants to do a video of Brave New World and Somewhere Back in Time. Oh, the live album. Or no, Somewhere Back in Time was or maybe I think of Somewhere in Time. I did a video of that. Yeah, I think I'll do Brave New World at some point. Death on the Road. I never had that album. Never got it. Oh, I'm very impressed to see Mike Pratt likes Public Enemy. I thought you'd be strongly against it. Yeah, PE is great. Power Slave is unbelievable. Yep. Yeah, okay, so it is Waste Some Time with Jason Green. Okay. But what was the reference, Dave? Why were you bringing him up? Did I miss something? Seth is leaving. Thank you, Seth. Nice to see a New Jersey in here. At least two of you were here today. Thank you, thank you. And yes, come back next time. Thank you, Seth. Oh, thank you. Kind words. It makes me so happy that somebody likes me better than somebody in the rat camp. And also that guy bugs me, Jason Green. Dallas and I have talked about him before. He's kind of annoying. He seems kind of smug, if that's the word. And you know what? I'll tell you something else. This is I'm not trying to get, but I hope to get two guys on the show. Two guys from totally different bands, unrelated. I'm going to ask them to come on and talk about two albums that they were both. I'll tell you that they're both singers from two different bands. That I feel like they seem like the kind of guys that would agree to it. Unlike Ron Keel, who rejected me when I asked him to come on and talk about the Final Frontier, the Keel album. Oh, the big four YouTubers. Ah, okay. Who do any of you watch any of these other guys, like these kind of rock guys, or people that kind of do videos like mine. I've seen a few of them. I can't really say that there are any that I watch on a regular basis. I've been mostly watching Thailand and Cambodia videos in the last 2 months or so. Um, yeah, yeah, smug. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, he's a little kind of boring too. He doesn't have too much personality. Maybe I don't either. Maybe he says the same thing about me because I'm sure he watches my channel. I watched his Jason Green's show a couple of times. Once, remember Dallas that weird time when Piercy was going to be on. Um, he hyped it up, and then Piercy came on for like 30 seconds and then left. That was very strange. Um, Ron Keel is not a nice guy. I can't say anything because I've never met him. He was nice to me. I mean, he rejected me, but he was very nice about it. He just seems really, really into self promotion. Just like everything revolves around Ron Keel. Maybe nothing wrong with that, but didn't seem like a bad guy. Seemed kind of nice. Chris McClernand from Saigon Kick told me privately that Ron is actually very approachable, very nice guy. Thank you, Blue Flyer. I don't know if it's because I'm Canadian or if it's I don't know what it is, but that is appreciated. Yeah, I don't know if he was tweaking out, but that was a weird cameo. Uh, Jason is pretty degrading to his audience. Yeah, maybe condescending. I feel like I am sometimes too. Sometimes I do watch some of my own videos sometimes, and sometimes I think, oh, I said something that probably sounds really douchey, and maybe I should try to be careful. Cadaver poster back here. Yeah, there's that one, and also where is it? This one, and also another one. That one. Where is it? This one is also Cadaver. I've seen them 8 times. They're one of the few bands. Let's do some trivia. Let me put you guys to the test. Cadaver, I've seen them in 3 countries. I've seen them in Canada, United States, and Mexico. There are how many other bands have I seen in all 3 countries? There are 3. Can anybody name the 3 other bands? There are 4 total. Cadaver is one, and there are 3 other bands that I've seen in all 3 North American countries: Canada, United States, Mexico. Who can guess any of them? Where did you? Sorry, let's go back to this. Where did you? Whoops, wrong one. Um, where did you see them live, Felix? Was that in? And by the way, I don't know if you answered or if I missed it. Are you from Mexico? And if you saw them in 2018, was that at the Heaven and Hell in Heaven festival? Pearl Jam is one. I've seen Pearl Jam in uh, Toronto, London, Kitchener, Hamilton, Buffalo, New York. I've seen them in Buffalo, Detroit, and Cleveland in the US, and Arizona. I've seen Pearl Jam in 4 different states in the United States and Mexico. So, yes, Pearl Jam is one. Uh, okay, also Felix did see them in 2018. Let me go back here. What did I miss? Mike, I always thought Public Enemy and NWA was peak rap. Yeah, me too. But I remember, Mike, you poo pooed when I talked about Ice T. Was it Ice T? Yeah, it was Ice T. I did Power. Um, I'm living large as possible, posse unstoppable, style topical, vividly optical. Listen, you'll see him. Sometimes I'll be him. Cops, critics, and punks. Never ever want to see me in power. Well, that's too bad. Apocalypse now. I'm back and I'm mad. We're coming. You're coming cold and cunning. Stop running. Ice T on the mic, top gunning, after your neck, checking respect, making you sweat. Rhyme syndicate, boy in effect, the rap motivator, teacher, talker, night rhyme stalker. We're so the hit author getting louder than a shotgun. You don't want none. Ryan Pays was the name of the album, but that was number one. This is number two. The posse grew. We're gonna break through. I love Ice T, and I do believe Mike T poo pooed Ice T. But yeah, Public Enemy and NWA were good. Spoiler alert: I have a Public Enemy album that I will be doing. I've had it sitting here for maybe a year. Just haven't got around to it, but I will be doing a Public Enemy album at some point. Oh, we're back to Erica. I'm still waiting. Oh, let me see. You know why I didn't get it, Erica? I guess because you don't follow me or I don't follow you. It probably comes as a request. Let me just check. It doesn't show up as a. Just a minute here. I'm getting sidetracked. Here she is. Hmm. Oh, sorry. I'll get back to you. Uh, I remember this profile. I think you only started following me recently. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, there's Erica. Hello, Erica. How you doing? All right. So let me go back to this. Erica says her first album was Brave New World. Somewhere and then somewhere. Oh, now hold on. I have to correct you, Erica. I hate to do it. It's Somewhere in Time. Somewhere Back in Time was the name of the tour that they did in 2008. Somewhere in Time. That was douchey. That was a Jason Green move right there. Power Slave, Death on the Road, Iron Maiden, blah blah blah. Okay. Thank you, Erica. I'll get to you later. Oh, the Daily Doug. I watched him tonight. I've watched a lot of his videos. He's very cool. The thing I don't like about a lot of those YouTubers, and I'm one of them, I just, and Dallas and I talk about this all the time. I hate the way a lot of them talk. And some of them are very dramatic and they'll have their little stupid catchphrases. I mostly really like Doug. Doug Hellering, is that his name? Yeah, today, the video that I watched today, he did it was a Black Sabbath song from Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Killing Yourself to Live? Yeah. He did Killing Yourself to Live. I watched that. Yeah, I've been watching him for years. He's very good. I like the Daily Doug. Yeah, very good. He's not, he's not dramatic and he's more realistic. Um Ken is Iron Maiden. No, I've never seen Iron Maiden in the US. Metallica is another one. I've seen Metallica in Toronto, Buffalo, New York, and Mexico City. Yep, there's still one. Should be the most obvious band that I've seen in all three countries. Um, Back to Eric. I haven't seen Pearl Jam. God, more than anybody, that's why I've been waiting forever to come to Mexico again. I used to see them multiple times a tour, multiple times each tour. Um, and since I've lived in Mexico 18 years, they've played here twice, two shows in 18 years. Pathetic. Last time was 2015. I froze my ass off at that show. It was around this time. It was November, might have been even today, November 26th, 24th or something. 2015, 9 years ago. God, I was so cold. That was when I was still wearing just t-shirts to concerts at Photo Sol in November. I was so cold that night, as I was at Maiden the other night. Do you remember, Erica, how cold it was when Iron Maiden ended a couple nights ago? Oh God, I was so fucking cold. Um, yeah, he really analyzed the tunes. Some of it's a little bit too much for me. Like, oh, they're an F sharp, and now they're oh, he just hit a D. That's a little bit out of my league. But I like how he analyzed the lyrics too. He's a very well spoken guy, Daily Doug. Yeah, I like him. Um, I liked Ice Cube too. I saw both of them live separately. I saw Ice T in '92 and Ice Cube, I think, in '93. Um, yeah, Public Enemy video coming up at some point. I mean, it might be in 6 months. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like Eddie Trunk either. He, for many reasons. I think most people that don't like Eddie Trunk, we probably have the same reasons. He's just very, very me, me, me. Everything is I, and everybody is his best friend. I've been best friends with Ace Frehley for X number of years, and Yeah, he's a real name dropper. Um, Marcos. So we had and I think Marco is still here. So we had Marco from Florida, and now Marcos with S from Florida, Miami. Thank you, Marcos. Nice to see you. What I think about Iron Maiden's first album, I love it. Way, way, way. I like it way more than Killers. I think most people are more into Killers. The album cover, Killers, I think is way better. But Maiden's first album is incredible, outstanding. It took me a long time to realize that, but it's really, really good. Prowler and I guess on the North American version, Sanctuary, Charlotte the Harlot, Phantom of the Opera. Awesome. First Iron Maiden album is fantastic. Um, Dallas, yeah, I guess. Is that supposed to be music savior or savoir? Are you trying to speak French, Dallas? Uh, oh, Ken got them all. Yes, Kiss, not Black Sabbath. I've only seen Black Sabbath in Mexico. Didn't never saw them in Canada. Dallas is out. Thank you, Dallas. We will talk later. Have a good night in your minus 33 or whatever the fuck it is. Um, Dave. Oh, okay. I've never seen Pearl Jam. Are you a fan of Pearl Jam, Dave? They're my favorite live band. Better than more than I shouldn't say better than. I like Pearl Jam more than Metallica, more than Kiss, more than Iron Maiden, more than anybody live. Pearl Jam can't be beat live. Um, yeah, Erica was freezing. I was okay during the concert because were you sitting on the floor, Erica, at Iron Maiden last week? Were you in General A or General B? That there's okay. Bronco's leaving too. Oh, everybody's leaving now. Come on. All right, Bronco. Thank you as always. You were the first one here, and you were very active. I appreciate it. Mike was a latecomer, but he was always very participatory, if that's a word. Thank you, Mike. Um, all right, cool. All right, yeah, okay. So Dave does love Pearl Jam. Yeah, Pearl Jam is just the best. Well, if Erica, I don't know if she heard me, but if she was on the floor, it probably would have been even more shocking. I was up in the Batacas and so they have this, the kind of overhang on the roof now, which does, I think, make it maybe not warmer, but not as cold because I think it kind of protects from the wind. Oh yeah, happy Thanksgiving to Mike and Bronco and all the Americans. Um, okay, I was also in Naranja. I was in Naranja 29. And I was not bad during the concert, but once I went outside when the concert ended, as soon as I came to the big aisles, it was like a blast of Arctic air. It was 10 degrees. I checked it. That was so cold. Um, what else? Am I missing something here? Good question here. Rageaholic Razor Fist Series Metal Mythos. Hate that guy. That guy is just, and maybe that's his gimmick. I find him to be very annoying. And I am aware that I'm sure people say that about me. And I know he's very successful. And I think I saw his videos, long, long time ago, 6, 7, 8 years ago. I don't know. Um, yeah, he's just a little bit too over the top for me. Um, yeah, I watched. He did Razor. He did Motorhead that I watched. I don't know who else he's done. The ones that I watched: Razor, Motorhead, um, maybe Judas Priest. I can't remember. I've probably watched 4 or 5. The only ones I remember off the top of my head are Razor and Motorhead. Dave is leaving too. All right. All right. Thank you, Dave. Uh, have a good night. Yeah, we'll do it again. I hope to do it after I come back from my trip to Thailand and Cambodia. Maybe early March. Maybe I'll do another one. Marcus, one last question. Have it any? Have I ever attended? I guess you mean Black Sabbath or Ozzy? Yeah. As a matter of fact, my first concert ever was Ozzy. That was April 25th, 1984. Bark at the Moon tour. Rat opened. Um, and then I saw him on the next tour, Ultimate Sin, in that was the same night as Cliff Burton died. So in here, that was September 26th. Cliff died on September 27th because that was, because of the time difference. Yeah, so I saw him on Bark at the Moon, Ultimate Sin, and then No Rest. Ultimate Sin, Queensryche opened, and then No Rest for the Wicked, White Line open. White Line and Vixen open. Yep. I always liked Ozzy. I mean, at least up to that point. And Black Sabbath. I only saw Black Sabbath for the first time when they played in Mexico in 2013, and then again 2016. So I was late seeing Black Sabbath. Um, yeah, it was good. I mean, especially the Bark at the Moon. That was my first concert, so of course I loved it. All right, and Ken is promoting again Europa: The Last Battle. I will keep that in mind. No, God, he's been talking about that forever. He's said that many, many times. I think he keeps saying, "Yeah, I've got the master tapes, and I'm going to do it at some point when I get time." I At this point, I'll believe it when I see it. Um, I'm for it. I don't mind. Well, I think they're going to remix it, not remaster it, so it's going to sound very different. I'm fine with that. I know a lot of people get upset when a band re records or remixes their albums. I don't care as long as you can. I mean, you've got the original one if you like that one. I'm fine. I don't know if I'll like it or not. I would have to hear it. Well, first of all, he has to do it, then I can hear it. I have no problem with it being anything remixed. Um, yeah, I would be very curious to hear it if it ever gets done, but I'm not, you know, hopeful. Uh, oh, Thailand. Oh, I like the spelling. Thailand, yeah, that's coming up. That's February 10th to 27th, and Cambodia. We're still 11. Is Gina still here? Gina, are you there? Maybe she left with Marco. Yes, I did see Cliff. I saw whoops, no, where here's one. Yeah, I did see Cliff. I said my first Metallica concert was January 19th, 1985. Yes, the one and only time. And then I would have seen him a second time. I was supposed to see him on August 9th, 1986 in Toronto at the concert hall. Keel was going to open for that concert. Keel coming fresh off their tour opening for Bon Jovi, and then they were going to open for Metallica. Metallica was going to be headlining with Keel opening at a venue in Toronto called the Concert Hall, which is where I saw them the first time, sandwiched between Armored Saint and Wasp. And that was going to be August 9th, 86. James Hetfield broke his arm. So that concert got postponed to November 86. And then Cliff died. And then it got postponed to December 9th, 1986. So I that was one of Jason's first shows. He joined in November 86 and I saw them in early December. So yeah, I saw Cliff on Ride the Lightning tour. January 19th, 85. Who's still here? So I know who's here. Marcos, Felix, Blue Flyer, Erica. Erica needs to walk her doggy. Me too. I have two doggies that I have to walk, but I can wait. I usually walk them around 9 o'clock, usually between 9 and 10. It's 10:29 now, but I can they can wait. I sometimes go a little bit longer. Oh, I'd love to hear about your dogs, Erica. Um, Let me see what Felix says. Uh, he found the tapes of the clean original tracks because Gillen said that a modern. Oh, I don't know if I remember that story. That's why it sounds like poo. Yeah, I just remember the famous thing that Ian Gillan said about that was he heard the record and he puked, and then he saw he saw the record cover and he puked, and then he heard the record and he puked again. I think he said something like that. He hated that record. Um, I thought Ian Gillan and I was never a big Purple fan, but I thought he would have been great in Black Sabbath. He was great on Born Again. Uh, Hello, Ronan. He asked me the other day about what I do, what my job is. I hadn't seen you for a while. Nice to see you here, also, Ronan. Um, Favorite grunge band? That depends if what you consider grunge. I guess by reputation, most would say Pearl Jam is grunge, so it's by far them. Alice in Chains, I guess, is grunge. Only fact that they're from Seattle. I love Alice in Chains. Love Soundgarden. Nirvana, so. They were okay. Um, to me, who else is grunge? Mudhoney. I never got into Mudhoney. Smashing Pumpkins, just for the time period. Bush, Stone Temple Pilots. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I guess of the big four grunge, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Nirvana. Um, Nirvana is my least favorite. Pearl Jam is probably my favorite. Alice in Chains and Soundgarden, pretty close. They could be 2 and 3 or 3 and 2. Uh, Marcos, that was the Sports Palace where in Mexico City, Palacio de los Deportes when they played there. You said you're in Florida, Marcos, but are you Mexican? Did you move to Florida, Miami? That was when they played the 8 nights at Palacio. Okay. Yeah, I saw that too. I wish I'd seen at least one more on that. I was pressed for cash, as I have been many times living in Mexico. They did 8 shows. I could only go to one. I went to the last one. I wish I could have seen one more. Same with when they played Death Magnetic. They played 3 shows. I only saw one. Hardwired, they played 3 shows. I saw two. And then on this recent trip, they played four, and I saw two. So making the most, I guess, kind of not the most, but at least better than seeing Pearl Jam twice in 18 years living in Mexico. Who's still here? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, let me see. Let me go to this one. Let's keep the ball rolling. Um, OG Gangsters. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Kurt. I mean, three of the big four singers: Kurt Cobain, Chris Cornell, and Lane Staley. Yeah, they're all dead. And what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Oh, I was going to say who's here. It shows 14. I don't know why I can't um, see who's here. It just shows me the number 14. Who's here? Marcos, Ronan, Felix. I think Erica's still in the chat, but not physically here. She went to walk her dog. Who else is here? We're 12 now. I just turned 2 people off. I'm looking at something else now here. I'm trying to get hours from work. Whoops. This is a lot. Oh, there's a bunch of hours that just opened up that I can make a little bit more money. All right. Okay, let me see. Andy asks, hello, Andy. I forgot you were here. Do I like Sen Anger? I'm not going to say too much about that because I will do an episode of that if I want to talk about this album soon. I did, I think it was about a week and a half ago. I did Garage Inc. It hasn't been posted yet because I've been too busy with these, all this Iron Maiden and Paul McCartney stuff. But Garage Inc. episode of I Want to Talk About This Album. That will be up. Today's Tuesday. Thursday will be another Iron Maiden episode. Sunday, I did a hike yesterday. I haven't put that. I don't know, but I have Garage Inc. coming up soon. I will do Saint Anger next because I am going through Metallica in order from. I start with Load, Reload, Garage Inc., Stanger, and then I'll do Death Magnetic and Hardwired. Because on the 72 Seasons album cover, no, I liked that album cover. Metallica, I don't know what happened to them, man. They had awesome album covers up until, I mean, and Justice from Kill 'Em All through Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, Justice, awesome album covers. And then Black Album, I don't know if that was good or bad. And then after that, they sucked. Load sucked. Reload sucked. Um, I think Stanger was not as bad as most people. Death Magnetic was a shitty album cover. I like 72 Seasons. If for no other reason, I like the yellow and black, the very vibrant yellow, very unmetal. I liked it. Yeah, Dance of Death is a really bad album cover too. Ronan's favorite singer is Freddie Mercury. I mean, I can't really argue with that. I'm not a big Queen fan, but there's no denying that Freddie Mercury is indeed or was an incredible singer. That's undeniable. Just a minute here. I got to put some cream on my hands. It's very, very dry here these days. Dispute between Michael Monroe from Hanoi Rocks with the American Wave of Metal. I don't think I know anything about this. Ronan has to leave. Thank you for the cameo, Ronan. I hope to see some comments from you and see you next time. Thank you for coming. Michael Monroe with the American Wave of Metal, claiming they were the vein of it all. What do you have to explain this, Felix? What do you mean that like some of the hair metal bands are claiming that Michael Monroe or Hanoi Rocks started that hair metal movement? Is that what you're saying? I've never heard that before. Marcos says you're a veteran in a world of metal music, which is a privilege. You've seen groups that no one's seen again. That's a privilege. Well, thank you. I guess it's just luck. I mean, I guess I was born at the right time and grew up at the right time and grew up in a big city that got a lot of concerts in Toronto and was interested enough to go to them. And it's funny because my brother and sister were not into music at all. I mean, I think my brother, as far as I know, has been to like less than 5 concerts. My brother did see Pearl Jam with me. He came before I moved here. We both flew here in 2003 to visit, and I came here specifically to see Pearl Jam's 3 nights here. And my brother came to one of those concerts. I don't think he probably still has never heard a Pearl Jam song in his life outside of that concert. And my brother did see Beastie Boys in a very small venue in Toronto called the Concert Hall, which I mentioned earlier, where I first saw Metallica. Yeah, I've always been into music, always have, and I mean to some extent still am. No, to a great extent still am. Who's here? Don't make me check my phone. Oh, look at my wallpaper, my phone wallpaper. I love that image, and I'm going to buy that next time I go to El Chopo. Whoops. Cool wallpaper. No, I have a look at this. This is kind of uh, um, a melding of words of worlds. I look at this. This is the magic of technology. I have Marcos here in the live stream, and also look at this. I have a notification that Marcos commented on my video. I will read his comment right now, live on the air, and maybe I'll have something to say. Let me see. Okay, let me first of all get here to Felix, going back to this, and then I'll get to Marco's comment here. Michael Monroe says that hair metal is a ripoff of his project. Ah, so he was saying they ripped him off. I thought you were saying the other way around, that the hair metal bands were okay. I've never heard him say that. I was never a Hanoi Rocks fan at all. Never liked them. Um, but he's probably got a point. I don't know if when was the first Hanoi Rocks album? I don't know if that's true. I mean, because before Hanoi Rocks or Poison and Motley Crue, there was, I don't know, New York Dolls and David Bowie, um, Alice Cooper. I don't know if I've heard too many bands of that era, like early to mid '80s bands talking about Hanoi Rocks. No idea. All right, let me get to Marcos's comment here. Whoops, let me do this. All right, so in the YouTube comment, this is a comment on the video that I posted today. I did it the night after, or the day of, and the moments after the concert when I got home, where I documented my whole day. And Marco says, "What a vlog, Dan! Thank you, amazing as always. Thank you." Question: It wouldn't be that cheaper if you go to Mexico City by your own car? I'm guessing tolls are a completely nightmare down there, and that's why you take the bus and metro. No, no, this time I did drive. Maybe you didn't watch the video, Marco. I did drive the car that day. And for Paul McCartney too, I drove. The problem is I don't have a car. My ex-wife and I kind of share a car, and the car can't drive in Mexico City on, I think it's Friday. But I did drive to Paul McCartney, and I did drive to Iron Maiden. The problem with Paul McCartney was the metro. I park. There's no way I would park anywhere near that stadium. It's a nightmare getting out of. So I always park at, it's called Tascania. I guess Marcos, Tascania. I park at Tascania. Beep 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 beep. Yeah. Hello, Susanna. Hello. Let me do this again. Beep 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 beep. Yeah. Yeah. The traffic report. I don't know who you are, Susanna, but I love that already. I think that's cool that you're, I guess, referencing that drove me nuts when I used to listen to the radio stations in Canada, and they use that as part of their traffic report. So let me explain a little bit. So whenever I go to Mexico City, I either take the bus there, which is okay. I actually don't mind it. In some ways, I prefer it. It's relaxing. I can sleep if I want. I can text. I can do whatever I want. And I actually enjoy it. The problem is, if I'm just going for the day, that's fine. But, the last bus to come back to my city, to Cuernavaca, is at like 11:10 or 11:40 or something. And it's almost impossible to get. So I often, or I used to, I don't do it too much anymore, stay at a hotel. I did that after Metallica in September. But I did drive there when I went to the concert to Iron Maiden last week, parked at Tascania, and then drove home. I never take the toll road. I always take the free road. It's just far too expensive to take the toll road. I think it's now 130 pesos one way. And it only takes, I was talking about this with my friend Eric yesterday. It only takes 15 or 20 minutes longer to take the free road than the toll road. And for me, I would rather save 130 pesos than spend 15 or 20 minutes. And I like driving on the free road. So I always park at Tascania, and then take the metro and occasionally metro bus wherever I have to go in the city. Yeah. So I drove from my house to Metro Tascania, parked there, then took the metro from Tascania to Chabacano, and then transferred from Chabacano to Ciudad Deportiva. And then I have to do that in reverse. Did Photosol get full for Iron Maiden's concert? I did a video today talking about that. No, it wasn't. It was not sold out. It was I would guess when in the grandstand, like the seated area, by the time the concert started, it was probably 95% full. And then the floor, they have the General A and General B. General A was completely packed, totally full, sold out. There were no tickets available. General B was probably maybe 80% full. Still room for thousands of people there, because that floor there is massive. You could fit another probably 3, 4, 5, 6,000 people. I don't know. Decent sized crowd, but not sold out. If the capacity was 60,000. I would guess there were 45,000 there, maybe something like that. Bruce said there were 60,000 people. There's no way there were 60,000 people. Paul McCartney probably had 60,000. Paul McCartney, every single square centimeter of that stadium on the floor and in the stands was taken. Paul McCartney was packed. Metallica too. Iron Maiden had a decent crowd, actually more than decent, but no, definitely not sold out. Uh, and Susanna, are you there? Who are you? How do you know about the beep 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 beep? Yeah, how do you know about that reference? Oh, I guess obviously you watched the video because I believe Susanna is a newcomer. Hello, Mrs. Mia Wallace. Don't make me check my phone. Don't make me pick it up. Occupy me. All right, I'm checking. We're 10 people here. Where is everybody? Quiet crowd. Oh, Marcos, let me highlight this. Off topic, what is the thing I like about Mexico? The weather for sure. I mean, there are a lot of, despite my complaints and my protests, there are a lot of things I like about Mexico. But at least what brings me the most, not joy, but just makes my life better is the beautiful weather here. It's awesome. In my city in Cuernavaca, well, Marcos knows it, but for anybody who doesn't know, I live in Cuernavaca. We average 350 days a year with sun, and that makes a big difference in your life. It's very joyful. Uh, Good question, Andy. Favorite Motorhead song? I it's hard to pick a single. They've got 20 something albums. Hard to pick a favorite song, but I can give you some of my favorites. The song Motorhead, Sunrise, Wrong Side of Another Day, Sky High and 6,000 Miles Away. Don't know how long I've been awake, wound up in an amazing state, can't get enough. And it's righteous stuff goes up like prices at Christmas. Motorhead, remember me now. Motorhead is great. Stone Dead Forever. You think you see me in the glass, you think you hear me, you better listen fast. I think I see you gone to seed. The only reasons were your guilt and greed. You're out there on your own. Your face turned to stone. Whatever happened to your life, Stone Dead Forever. The Hammer. How does the Hammer? Let the killers go. Don't let your mother know. Don't go out tonight. Don't even try to fight. Because I can see I've got the thing you need, and I'm here to say it's going to be that way. However that one goes. Yeah, the Hammer. Um, I'll be your sister. Lawman. Oh, I'm so bad, baby. I don't care. I don't know how I could. That's a real contender for number one. I'm so bad, baby. I don't care. I make love to mountain lions, sleep on red hot branding irons. When I walk, the roadway shakes. Bed's a mess of rattlesnakes. Voodoo child, black cat bones. Scratch your back and hear you moan. Yeah, I'm so bad, baby. I don't care. What else do I love by Motorhead? Oh, how could I forget? We Are Motorhead. Um, Unbelievable. And especially that was pretty late in their career. That was like on their what, 12th, 13th, 14th album, We Are Motorhead. And my favorite album is Orgasmatron, although I'm not sure if there's one single song on there that would be a contender for number one. But I love everything. In order, it's Death Forever, Nothing on My Sleeve, Ain't My Crime, Claw, Mean Machine, Built for no, Built for Speed. Mean Machine, Built for Speed. Dr. Rock and Orgasmatron. Yeah, Motorhead rules. What about you, Andy? What's your give me a few of your favorite Motorhead songs and your one single favorite Motorhead album? Yeah, Motorhead inspired a lot of people. I think text Erica. I think my nose is a little bit stuffy. Oh, I missed this. Oh, I'm sorry. There was something I missed here. Andy says, excuse me, do you ever go to any lucha libre shows? I know it's a big part of the culture there in Mexico. I'd been to a couple of minor ones in the first few years that I lived here. The first really big one, like major one that I went to, like it's like legendary, like the one at the Arena Mexico, where it's really famous. I went to that in that was only in February this year, and it was very cool. It's not the kind of thing that I would, it's not like I would go to it, on a regular basis. But going that one time, it was very enjoyable, very cool. Deaf Forever, yeah. Stone Face. What is it? Deaf Forever is Stone Face Dog. Swirling fog. Gates open on the dark there at night. Stand in stone, skull and bone. Dead witness to an unseen fight. Beat the drum, beat the drum. Um, oh, Snakebite Love is a good one. I'm not really, I wasn't into that era of Motorhead too much, but the song Snakebite Love is excellent. In the zoo, in the zoo. How does it go? In the zoo, in the zoo. I want to see the snakes. I want to see the lions or the gorillas or the apes. I want to see a python uh, coiled around you tight or a boa constrictor in the middle of the night. Yeah, that's a great song. Um, Eat the Gun was never into that one. Eat the Gun, although Lemmy did use that lyric in, or reused. I guess the original lyric was in I'm So Bad, Baby, I Don't Care. Kiss the Whip, Eat the Gun. And then the song Eat the Gun. Was that on Overnight Sensation? Eat the Gun? Can't remember. It was in the era of Motorhead where I didn't pay too much attention to them. Oh, Erica is back. Hello, Erica. It must be free. Let me see the temperature in Mexico City. By the way, Erica. Hello, Erica. Erica, Erica. What part of Mexico City do you live in? It's a big, big city. Where do you live? I'm not asking for your address, not yet. But what colonia or what delegacion do you live in? Hey, Damo is here. Look at this. Welcome, welcome, welcome back, my friend Damien Damo, the Long Gone Loser Rock Show. He also has a YouTube channel, some good content. He's Australian. We went to El Chopo together. Let me check the weather in Mexico City. Erica says it's freezing. Yeah, I'm freezing here in Cuernavaca, which is much warmer than Mexico City, even though it's pretty close. Let's see. Cuernavaca right now is mind your business, Blue Flyer. Uh, this one says Cuernavaca is 14. It's going to go down to 11 tonight. Yeah, I'm giving weather reports now. And now on my other app, it says Cuernavaca. What is this? It says it's 21. That's very outdated. Let me see Mexico City. It says 18. There's no way it's 18. Let me go back to this app. Isn't it always 27 in Cuernavaca? Damien says. Yeah, probably as an average, a year-round average, that's probably pretty close, 27. but it's been really cold recently. I mentioned earlier, Damon, it was 9 degrees when I woke up on Saturday morning and Sunday morning. I think yesterday I slept an hour. I slept in later, woke up at 5:40 instead of 4:40. Um, and I went hiking yesterday. The town I was in was 5 degrees. And then when I got up to the volcano at like 1,000 meters higher, it was even colder. Let me see Mexico City. Mexico City has got to be single digits right now. Let me see. Yeah, it says it's 13. I can't imagine Mexico City is the same. Mexico City is going down to 4 degrees tonight. It says 13 now. Anyway, um, pouring rain in Melbourne. Melbourne. Am I saying it? How's my Aussie accent? Melbourne. Probably bad. Miami is 22. I don't know if Erica is creeped out by my question of where she lives or if she just didn't hear me. Yeah, Mexico City is always colder than Cuernavaca. My oh, I keep forgetting to do this. What's my opinion on X Factor and Virtual 11? First of all, those album titles suck. Horrible. The album covers suck. And I hate to say it, but I've never heard those albums. The only songs I know from those albums were the two that they played on the Legacy of the Beast tour a few years ago, which were Sign of the Cross and what was the other one that they did? Oh, the Klansman. Awesome with Bruce Dickinson singing them and awesome live. I just didn't like Blaze Bailey at all and didn't like Iron Maiden during that time. Is it the last legit creative efforts from Iron Maiden? I have no idea. Couldn't tell you. Those albums almost don't even exist in my world. Um, the absolute riff master, Tony Iommi. Of those guys, for sure, Tony Iommi for sure. Not Keith Richards. I mean, I think when you think of riffs, you don't think of. I know Keith Richards plays riffs, but I think of metal and Tony Iommi for sure, for sure. And maybe overall, maybe James Hetfield. I don't know. But yeah, Tony Iommi was the original. I'm gonna text Erica. She's not answering me. Damien is asking. Just a minute. Let me get to that in a second, Damien. All right. Am I seeing Venom in Mexico? Yeah, they're playing on December 7th, Saturday next week. Funny you mentioned. My friend asked me. I mentioned this earlier in the live stream. Let me show you this, Damien. My friend asked me. Sorry, it was yesterday. If you can see that. So he asked me if I'm going to see Blasphemy on December 7th. And this was my reply. They're playing the same night, Venom and bonus points for Damien or anybody, but I think if anybody knows, it's going to be Damien. My what song am I referencing there? VENO fucking M. We are the black metal gods. What song is that? I don't even know. What song is that? That's Oh yeah, I know what song that is. I think. Yeah, I do. I think I know. And now I'm playing it in my head and maybe I don't. I'm pretty sure I know what song that's from. Oh, and now in answer to your question, Damien, am I seeing them? I don't know, man. I mentioned this earlier. Yeah, give me an RROOCCKK. Yeah, except Venom is not asking for it. They're just saying we are Venom. And they spell it out. They spell the name of their own band. Um, Venom. I mentioned this earlier in the live stream because somebody asked me about that. I don't know. Money is. It's not that it's tight. I got this trip coming up. I think Damien doesn't know, but I'm going to Thailand and Cambodia in February. I'm in desperate need of a new phone, which is going to have to be purchased very, very soon because my phone, it takes me like 30 minutes to charge it. I don't mean it takes 30 minutes to get it charged. It takes about 30 minutes just for me to get it to accept the charge. So it gets down like, to 4%. I'm trying and trying to charge and it won't charge. It's not the battery, it's the phone, amongst other problems. Um, yeah, and Venom is on a Saturday night, which means I would probably have to stay overnight. And I've been working a lot on weekends. I'm on Saturday and Sunday for the last couple of months. I've been working 12 to 15 hours because it's really, really busy. So I can make a lot of money by working on weekends. So it's stand up and be counted. That's what I thought. Okay. Um, and so, it's hard for me to give up a Saturday or Sunday. And the ticket is expensive. It's probably 1,000. That's pretty expensive. 1,000 pesos probably. A night in a hotel, a night or a day and a night maybe off work. So I don't know. Venom. I might have to pass. Same with I passed on Exciter. Three of bands that are all kind of in that same era and style that I passed on this year. Raven and Exciter separately, and now Venom. Pretty cool that all three of them played in Mexico City. But I missed those first two, and I have a feeling I might also miss Venom. Yeah, Propaganda from Canada, who also they did a split single with Sacrifice. Oh, new Sacrifice album coming up. I don't know if anybody here likes or knows Sacrifice, but they haven't had a new album since 2009. And in 2009, that was the first album since like 1988. Um, yeah, new Sacrifice album coming, I think on January 25th. I heard a couple of those songs like 5 years ago. I went to their rehearsal. They invited me to their rehearsal when I was visiting Canada. And I heard a song called Comatose and another song called Missile. Is it Missile or Missile? But anyway, both of those songs are on their new album. I'm very excited to hear the new Sacrifice album called Volume 6. Any Sacrifice fans? Reanimation? 13 people here. That's a lot for me. I hope everybody is typing furiously. All right, here's Andy's got a question here. Let me see what he says. How come bands can do shows in Mexico and only charge $30 for a ticket? While people in other countries have to pay hundreds. I might move to Mexico. Yeah, I don't know how that works. Like I mentioned earlier, well, I've got here my Iron Maiden ticket, which was 600 pesos. All right. Which is about $32 US. Um, That's obviously the cheapest ticket. When I saw Paul McCartney a couple of weeks ago, that was even cheaper. That was like 25 US. And as I mentioned, Green Day is playing in Bangkok, Thailand when I'm there, but the cheapest ticket is like 80 US. And Thailand is probably similar economically speaking as Mexico, maybe even worse than Mexico. So you'd think it would be cheap. But I don't know. I guess maybe because these yes, I got it, Erica. As you probably saw, I did read it, and I will get back to you. I don't know. I guess because these stadiums are big, so they can afford to have some cheap tickets because the people in the front they're paying still hundreds of dollars. But I don't know how that works. Somebody was saying earlier in this live stream that the cheapest ticket for Metallica in the US on this tour next year is like $300 US. But then Dallas said he saw them in Edmonton in the summer this year, and his ticket was 110 Canadian. So I don't know. I don't know how that works, or why it's like that. But yeah, it's pretty good. Man. It's actually great considering that you can see. I saw Paul McCartney for like $25, and Iron Maiden for 32. That's pretty good. I mean, I'm a long, long way from the States, but I don't really care about that too much. Stuffy. Um, yeah, Damien too says it was too expensive to go. Yeah, they played there. No, it's coming up. They just announced it about 2 months ago. The shows are next year. Um, yeah, yeah, Metallica. Well, again, yeah, some people are saying Metallica is too expensive to go, but Dallas said he got a ticket for 110 Canadian, which is what's that, about 80 US? I don't know. It's hard. It would be hard for me to miss Metallica. And thank you to again to the people that helped me to go see them a few months ago. Is that 300 Australian? Which is what, 300 Australian is what's that, about 250 US? A little bit more, if it's, or unless you're talking about 300 US. In any case, that's yeah, three, yeah, okay. All right, yeah, that's far, far, far too much. I wouldn't pay that to see any band under any circumstances, I don't think. Erica says her Metallica ticket was expensive, but she got nice seats. Um, Now, what do you consider a good seat, Erica? Because I feel like at Photo Soul, well, it was different from Metallica because they played in the middle of the floor instead of the traditional end stage seating. Um, yeah, Metallica tickets were expensive by Mexican standards anyway. The cheapest ticket I think was about 80 US, um, which is double, almost triple what more than triple what Paul McCartney was. Um, So what was bad? What was good for you, Erica, and what was bad? Were you like on the floor? Let me check something here. Oh no, for 2 days. Okay. I was in Naranja for this my second show, which was their third show. I thought it was fine. That's where I always sit. Because to me, Photosol, even the so-called close and expensive tickets, like the ticket that I bought was like those 2,300 or something. Um, But then the tickets that are just a little bit lower, like marginally better, just a little bit better, they're a lot more expensive. And let me see. Felix is asking, whoops. Which do I prefer? KK Priest last album. Haven't heard either. Don't really care at all about either, especially KK's Priest. Um, yeah, don't care. I'm not a big Judas Priest fan. Um, let's see. Andy says, do I have a powerful stereo system? He recently invested in some huge Warfadile. That sounds German. Warfadile. I don't know how to say that. Floor speakers. Man, I have no idea. No, my stereo is pretty shitty. I mean, it's okay, I guess. It's fine for what I use it for. Um, but and I don't listen to it too much. Most of the music I listen to at home is through my phone and then records occasionally. But do you remember and I guess a lot of us are old enough to know this. Do you remember the days when it was like a source of pride to have a good stereo system? Do you remember that? People would really spend a lot of money on it and you would, brag to your friends about it. And, you bought the components and everything. And, yeah, those, I just have a little Panasonic system here. That's it. What else? Anybody here, sir? Are people typing furiously? Damien wants to know when I'm going to Thailand. February 10th to 20. Well, the whole trip is 10th to 27th. I'm in Thailand, Bangkok for the first 4 days, I think, and then going to Pattaya for a day, and then continuing on to a small island called Koh Samet, I think, for 3 days, and then back to Bangkok, only for the purpose of taking a train to Cambodia. I think Cambodia will be 4 days, maybe 5 days, and then back to Bangkok for one last day before I come back to Mexico. Um, let me see here a couple of other things. Felix, what are my top five bands or projects of all time? Bands, well, for sure that it depends what criteria you use. For me, there are only two that I can consider to be that could be number one. That's Kiss and Metallica. As much as I love Iron Maiden and Motorhead, I can't make a strong enough case for them to be number one. But my top four are yeah, Metallica, Kiss, Iron Maiden, and Motorhead. That's based on, and I've put a lot of thought into this. This is based on how long I've listened to them, how much I like them, how consistent I've been with them, and when I got into them. And I was very young. I was 6 or 7 when I got into Kiss. I was 13 when I got into Motorhead, 12 when I got into Iron Maiden, and 13 or 14 when I got into Metallica. So, pretty young. So, I mean, also I mean, Pearl Jam, I could say is my number one, but also, just because I've seen them more than any band, more than Kiss, more than Iron Maiden, more than anybody. But I got into them a lot later. I got into them when I was 21. They started when I was 21, and they just can't have the same impact. Same with Saigon Kick. Same with Faith No More. Rat. I mean, the thing that would prevent me from saying Rat is one of my favorite bands ever is they pretty much didn't exist through the '90s, and even through the 2000s they were kind of a dead band. So but yeah, those are my favorites. Um, I've never heard of the PP Islands. No, the island that I'm going to is called Ko, and I'm not sure if it's Ko or with or H Ko Samet. Very, very small island, not very touristy. I think it's about 3 hours from Bangkok. Very small. I think it's only 7 kilometers long, the whole island, by like 1 kilometer away. You can walk the whole island in like 3 hours. Oh, I missed something from Andy here. Um, Most people listen to music on their phones these days. Um, yeah, and to be honest, I mean, my phone, the music, listening to music on my phone with my good headphones sounds better than any stereo system I ever had in my life. It sounds great. Listening to my, I actually I do listen to my stereo. Let me tell you my listening habits. Stereo, I listen to when I'm around the house, when I'm showering, maybe washing dishes, making my bed. I don't know, shit like that. I have music, in the air. But sometimes I like to actually I love to just sometimes at night. I don't have a television really. I mean, I have this small television here, but I all I use that for is basically like a monitor to watch YouTube videos. But so sometimes what I often do at night, usually a couple of days a week, I just lie in bed for an hour or two and just listen to music with not earbuds, but good actual on-ear headphones. And that's through my phone, and it sounds great. Ah, the beach. Yeah, yeah, I remember. I remember that. I think if I remember correctly, God, that was like 30 years ago. I think locals got mad because that was a really, really quiet spot up to that point, and then after that movie, they got all kinds of, you know, uh, movie tourism. Yeah, and kind of ruined it. Ah, look at this. Here's Sika. All right, now let me as far as I know, hello Sika. I think I'm saying your name right. I assume it's a guy. My audience is guys. Um I've seen him only commenting on my videos somewhat recently, always with good comments, and I like it's nice that people watch my videos and nice that they interact with me. Um Got on late, had to go for a ride earlier, then got blasted with allergies. Okay. Um, oh, Led Zeppelin or Black Sabbath? Black Sabbath by far, by far. I've documented many times that I hated Led Zeppelin most of my life. It's only been in somewhat recent, or maybe a little bit longer than recent now, years that I, really like Led Zeppelin. But no, Black Sabbath by far, no contest. That's like Judas Priest and Iron Maiden. For a lot of people, it's a real toss up. It's Iron Maiden by far. Or whatever other 2 bands, Motley Crue and Rat. People have associations sometimes with 2 bands. Rat by far. Metallica and Megadeth, Metallica by far. Who else is here? We're down to 7. I'll go back to the phone. Uh, Marillion. I've never heard anybody ever say Marillion is their favorite band. I've known people who like them, but I've never heard anybody who's that much of a fan that they would say it's their favorite. Misfits, I can see that. I never liked Misfits, but I can see that. The Cure, I also don't like them, but I can see that. Purple, who the hell is Purple? There's Deep Purple, duh, yeah, shit, sorry. Um, I was never into Deep Purple either. What I've heard, I do like, but I just never caught on to Deep Purple. Why did I have a hard time realizing that Purple was Deep Purple? Um, No, I mean, most people would say Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin is by far, I mean, whoops, by far globally the bigger band. But I mean, for amongst metalheads, yeah, people are going to say Black Sabbath. But that's the easiest decision that I could make. Blue Flyer makes fun. Why do you make fun of Jimmy Page? I'm curious why Blue Flyer makes fun of Jimmy Page. Let me check. All right. Well, I shouldn't. How rude of me to be checking my phone. Let me go back here. All right. Andy says best voice. I can't say best voice. I don't really like judging talent or skill or anything like that. Just for me, who I prefer, Robert. Out of those three, Robert Plant would definitely be number three. That was part of the reason why. Let me go like this. Part of the reason why I was not a big Led Zeppelin fan was Robert Plant's voice largely bothered me. I've come around to it more, and there's still some songs the way he sings I don't really like too much. Um, I mean, musically, I'm the biggest fan. I mean, if you go through the records in my collection, obviously of Bruce Dickinson more than Dio. Um, and as much as I love Dio's voice, he is a band. I mean, obviously he was great in Black Sabbath and Heaven and Hell. Although I never really got into Mob Rules. Um, I was never into Rainbow. I've never bought a Rainbow album in my life. Um, I bought Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules. I'm going through all the Dio things I've bought in my life. Heaven and Hell, Mob Rules, Last in Line, Holy Diver. I think that's all I've ever bought from Ronnie James Dio. Um, who did I say earlier that was really good, but the songs, the Motley Crue 94 album. I loved the sound of that album, and I loved John Corabi's voice, but the songs were not that great. I feel Dio is kind of like that too. But as a singer, I love Dio's voice. But I'm of those three that Andy is talking about. I'm the biggest fan of Bruce Dickinson for sure. Also as a frontman, I know you're talking about the voice, but just as a performer, actually, I really like Dio too. I like guys that when they talk to the crowd, they talk normally. They don't scream and shout and call everybody motherfucker. I like them both as frontmen. Dio especially, I think can do more with a wave of his hand. He doesn't have to jump off the drum riser or anything like that. Or I don't know. I thought Dio was maybe not a flashy frontman. Like he wasn't like a Steven Tyler or I don't know David Lee Roth, something like that. But I thought he was a very engaging frontman. Underrated. I don't like that word, but maybe I would say Dio as a frontman is overlooked. Maybe is a better word than underrated. Blue Flyer, you're friends with Jimmy Page's friends. Is that true? I never know how to take Blue Flyer's comments. I feel he's kind of pulling my leg a lot. All right, let's see. A couple more here. Sika says loves early. Oh, you missed it. If you had come an hour ago, we had quite a lengthy Anthrax discussion. Um, he loves early Anthrax up to Persistence. Yeah, I'm a big Anthrax fan. Anthrax was kind of dividing the room when we talked about them an hour ago. A lot of people said they hate them. Erica, are you still there, Erica? Erica said she loves Anthrax. I'm on Team Erica. Um, Felix says, Felix, now that you mentioned Dickinson solo albums, I find suspicious that he didn't play tracks from Tattooed Millionaire. Um, you know what? That could be. I hadn't thought about that, but I did mention, I think in the video that I did today, which nobody has seen yet, and I think I mentioned it earlier, the Iron Maiden, the Run for Your Lives tour next year, it's pretty short. It's only May through like August 1st. It's pretty much just the summer. So I don't know what's happening in because I think this current Future Past tour that they're on now ends like next week or something. So I don't know what's happening in Maiden World between January. I mean, I guess they need some time off too, and they've got to develop the stage and everything for this upcoming tour. Um, but yeah, they're dark. Maiden is dark between January and May, and then from August till the end of the year because they announced they're playing at Grass Pop next summer. They just announced that a couple of days ago, and they said that's the end of the 25 tour dates, the 2025 tour dates. 2026 will be announced at some point. Um, I don't know, but I never got into, a lot of these guys from all bands that I like, never really got into a lot of their solo stuff. Same with Steve Harris. I mean, British Lion played in Mexico City the day before Iron Maiden last week, in a venue that only holds 800 people, and they were selling tickets 2 for 1. And it's amazing to think that, Steve Harris the next night was playing to 50,000 people, but they couldn't sell enough tickets, to that they had to sell them 2 for 1. Um, oh, Erica is still here. All right. Andy asked me, hello, Erica, what are you having for dinner? I'm curious, Erica, what you're having for dinner. Um, Andy says, do I like blues music? No, I don't. And again, I don't dislike it. Like, oh, blues sucks. When I say I don't like it, I mean I don't like it. I don't dislike it. I generally don't like bluesy. I've talked about this before in some album episodes. I don't like bluesy songs, like Motorhead. The "You Better Run" song from whatever album that was on. And Motorhead around that era, I think up until maybe their last album, always had one of these dun 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 dun, bad to the bone kind of bluesy type songs. I know that's not real blues music, but no, not really my style. Marcos is asking what I think about Frank Zappa. I've heard, how many Frank Zappa songs have I heard? One, two. I seriously, man, as much as if I can, you know, say this, as much as I am kind of a little bit of an encyclopedia for music, there's some music I don't know anything about. I really know nothing about Frank Zappa. UFO, I never got into. Aside from Doctor Doctor, which I only known because of Iron Maiden, I don't know any UFO songs. Blue Oyster Cult, Uriah Heep. Um, who else do I really even deep? I'm a little bit more knowledgeable about Deep Purple, but no, I really know nothing about Frank Zappa. I assume you're a fan, Marcos. Uh, Erica says she's looking forward to the new Iron Maiden tour. Yeah, that's I mentioned that earlier that it's weird that I felt like when I saw them last week, I was kind of almost a little bit kind of found myself looking ahead, like more excited about the Run for Your Lives tour. And strange that they announced that while their current tour was in progress. Um, Panque, pan dulce, panque like the like pan bimbo panque, and a coffee, the worst tasting drink to ever exist. Um, so okay, so Felix is saying that he didn't play Tattooed Millionaire songs. I guess you're talking about when he played in Mexico this year. Yeah, I went to that show. I really don't know anything about Bruce Dickinson solo. As I said, some of these guys I like their bands, but don't really care about them solo. Just a minute. Excuse me. Sorry, I couldn't get to the mute button fast enough. I don't think he would save songs to do them. Maybe. I don't know. The only song I know is the song Tattooed Million. I don't want your big city shining. I don't want your silver lining. Yeah, that's the only song I know. And I don't want to be a tattooed millionaire. I feel like I know another. I did buy the his new album, The Mandrake Project, which was pretty good. I can't imagine really getting into it, but when I listened to it a couple times. It was good. I enjoyed that concert too. Go back to the phone. Um, Andy asks, "Did I always have the mohawk?" Yes, I was born with it. Or did you used to have long hair when you were mellow in the 80s? I did have long hair. Let me see if I can find a picture. If I can. pull this up on the old social media machine. Just a minute. Um, I am looking. I am actively looking for something. Nah, I can't find it. But no, I had very, very long hair twice in my life. Like down like like halfway down my back. Yeah, I guess the mohawk has been, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years. And then, I grew a little bit longer last year and then got it cut. Uh, let's see. Oh, Erica's talking about her food. Just had some milk over here. She's very cold, and a hot coffee. Quesadillas with cheese and ham. That's sincronizada. I went hiking at the volcanoes yesterday at Popocatépetl and Iztaccíhuatl, and I had a sope de longaniza, quesadilla de choriqueso or queso con longaniza, and a taco de cecina. Erica is blonde too, so that's not natural, Erica. I'm still trying to find this picture. You know what? I do have it on my just a minute. I think I can find it here on my laptop. And then how vain of me that I'm, so desperate to show a picture of myself to somebody who's asking. Uh just a minute, just a minute. Um all right, I'm working on it. I think I can get this fairly easily. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, 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 whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me see here. Maiden had to make a movie for their upcoming fifth. That's right. That's right. I forgot about that. Um, yeah, I talked about that a little bit. I've mentioned this a couple of times in the video that I did today. That I'll mention it now. I went into greater detail in this video that I did, which I think will be up on Thursday. No, it will be up on Thursday. It's their last tour for sure. I guarantee that the Run for Your Lives is their last tour, and I'll expand on my reasons in the video that will be up on Thursday. All right, I think I've almost got it here. Uh, mm, 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 mm. I'm still working. All right, let me. Where is it? No, I can't find it. I thought it's here somewhere. Usually, I can find these things fairly easily, but I'm having a hard time finding it today. Um, Let me try something else. Nope. Here it is. Here it is. All right. All right. I found at least one of them. Let me take a picture and then I can show it up here. God, I'm so vain. All right, just a second. Let me take a picture of the screen here. All right. So who was it that asked if I had long hair or if I always had the mohawk? Was that Andy? It was Andy. All right. So here's how I looked at some point in my life. That was in 1991. I was 21 years old there. Have I held it up long enough? Has everybody had a good look at me? Like an animal in a zoo? You see me as an object? Yes, Erica, save me from the sausage fest, please. Let me get back here. Damien says, yeah, same thing. Yeah, it's their last tour for sure. Yeah, yeah. I mentioned that about Nico in the video that I did today. He mentioned maybe 10 years ago, or I guess he's 72 or 71 or something now. And he mentioned 6 or 7 or 8 years ago, he said, I can't imagine doing this when I'm 70. And now he's 71 and he's still dedicated to this through 2026. I just can't imagine, and I'm kind of spoiling the video. I just can't imagine then after finishing the Run for Your Lives tour in 2026, and then what do they do? They go do another album and then tour behind that album, and then what, do a farewell tour? I think this is their, even though they're not calling it their, and I don't think the Maiden is the type of band that would call it a farewell tour. Um, but I feel like it is. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it still seems that Steve and Bruce want to do it because they're, Bruce Dickinson is still doing with his solo band and Steve Harris is doing British Line. And also, I remember hearing a few times over the last few years that Dave Murray and or Adrian were not totally into it. I think Dave Murray especially wanted to just stay at home. Um, yeah. Um, Yana Gares is into it. Bruce and Steve are. It seems that three of them are into it. Three of them are not. I mean, when you see them on stage, you can't really tell because Dave Murray has always been kind of a low key guy on stage. He's not a dancer and prancer and midnight romancer like Yannick. And Adrian Smith was also maybe a little bit more than Dave, but and Nico. So there's something about Nico. I'll save that for the video that comes out on Thursday. But there was something that I did talk about on that video that I noticed when I saw them last week. Um, yeah, very 80s. Although it was 91. Yeah, that was a kind of an 80s look. Yeah, John Bon Jovi, whoever else had long hair at that time. Yes, I hope you like that, Erica. Actually, I don't care because I don't have long hair anymore. Um, Sika is asking top 5 shows you've seen overall. I don't know about top 5, but the ones that come to mind, the one that I go to more than any other as being my favorite show is Metallica on headlining Master of Puppets tour. Not the first time I saw them on Ride the Lightning. The Master of Puppets tour, December 9th, 1986, is maybe my favorite show ever. Also Cadaver that I have this poster for. Where is it? Over here. That was in 2014. That's up there. A couple of Kiss shows were great. Um, who else? Pearl Jam. Oh, some of the best concerts I've ever seen have been Pearl Jam for sure. Yeah. Um, well, not really glamour. I mean, I never ever once ever at any point wore makeup. Never did that. Never wore spandex, never wore leather pants, never wore scarves or anything like that. I just had long hair. Um, Harris said when he founded Maiden, he really expected the band would live enough to get 15. I remember him saying that. Yeah, 15 was his number. Yeah, and I remember when Final Frontier came out, people were speculating that that was going to be their last album based on that, and also based on the fact that it had the word "final" in it. I remember when Wasted Years came out, I thought that was them saying we're tired, we're done as a band because they were kind of saying how to me it was like they're kind of tired of the lifestyle of the road, and that was what 86 is that for 38 years ago. Yeah. What else? We're holding steady at 8 people. I'm surprised. Usually at this point, there's like 2 or 3 people left. Who's still here? We got Blue Flyer, Damien, Erica, Sika, Felix. Uh Sika's asking, did I see early Alice in Chains? You live in New Zealand. All right. Um, I saw Alice in Chains twice. Once was at Lollapalooza. The other one was opening. They were first out of four on the Clash of the Titans tour. So I never saw them headline. They never really made it as a headline band. And I don't think they had a particularly good. They didn't have a reputation as a particularly good live band. Not that they were bad, but at that time, the big theatrical shows were over, and Alice in Chains were kind of shoegazers or whatever. They didn't really play these long sets like Pearl Jam did. Um, yeah, but I did see them twice, and I liked them both times. I was a big, huge Alice in Chains fan, and spoiler alert, I will have an Alice in Chains episode at some point. I have an Alice in Chains record over here that I've had for quite some time that I will get to at some point. I was a massive Alice in Chains fan for quite some time. Let me go back to the phone. Damien says the D4 are touring in February. The D4, who the fuck is the D4? Am I missing something, or is it a band that I don't know? Let me see. Felix says Maiden is gone in soul since a matter of life and death. Um, Bruce came back to get the band their 15th album goal. No, I don't feel like that at all. I think I get the idea that Bruce is very, very happy and really likes Iron Maiden. And I mean, after their 15th album, Final Frontier, they've only done 2 albums since then. Book of Souls, which I love. Book of Souls, for sure, my favorite post reunion album, for sure. Um, Senjutsu, don't care. How many have they done since Bruce came back? Brave New World, Dance of Death, Matter of Life and Death, Final Frontier, Book of Souls, Senjutsu. They've done 6. Book of Souls. I think Book of Souls is excellent. Maybe I'll do that at some point too. Um, oh, Gone Since No Prayer for the Dying. Okay. Um, well, I know he did pretty much check out during um, Fear of the Dark, I guess. The songs I've heard on Fear of the Dark suck. Like I said earlier, I don't think I've ever, not I don't think, I know for a fact, I've never heard that whole album. And I just listened to No Prayer for the Dying today, the full album. And I will be doing a video of that. Spoiler alert. That'll be the next video that I do. It won't be the next one that's up, but that'll be the next I want to talk about this album that I do. I was going to do it tomorrow, and then a bunch of hours from work opened up. I'm going to work 10 hours tomorrow. So I definitely won't have time tomorrow. Damien says D4 from New Zealand. Never heard of them. That's what does the D stand for? Is that just what it's called? D4? Would I know them by another name? 620. And what does 620 represent? June 20th? No, I guess in okay. No, never heard of the D4. Or yeah, I guess it's the D4, not just D4. Let me see. Oh, are you a bigger Crew fan than Rat? No, no, no. I mentioned that earlier, not too long ago. I think just before he came here. Rat destroys Motley Crue for me. This is the way it works. I like Shout at the Devil better than any Rat album. But beyond that, I like every Rat album better than every Motley Crue album. Yeah, not even close. Rat is, I mentioned this earlier. The bands that people kind of associate. There are two. You associate Motley Crue and Rat. Maybe Judas Priest and Iron Maiden, Metallica and Megadeth. Um, bands that maybe came out around the same time or maybe had some common threads. Um, love Rat. In retrospect, Motley Crue turned out to be a really, really, really shitty band. Horrible. Some good albums, but yeah, really bad. Did I like the Dirt movie? No. Nope. I don't really like any of those biopics. They just seem very exaggerated. And I mean, for real music fans, and I don't mean that in a gatekeeping way, but people who really know the stories, they just, there's a lot of stuff exaggerated on there and embellished, and the timeline is all mixed up. And same with the Queen movie and the Elvis movie. No, I just don't like those movies. Not a fan at all. Yeah, Blue Flyer says Rat too. Rat is awesome. Motley Crue is not. We're down to 5. I feel like this should be the time that I say goodnight. We've been here 3 hours and 48 minutes. I've been here 3 hours and 48 minutes. Who's the longest standing one now? I think Felix. Who's here? Felix, Damien, Sika, Blue Flyer, and Erica. Is that everybody? Felix, Damien, Sika, Blue Flyer. Yeah, that's it. Um, yeah, maybe it's time to end it here. This will be the last one I see. Felix says, "Yeah, Book of Souls is peak quality for the proggy." Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I think. Yep, yep. They're very formulaic, but man, Book of Souls had at least three at least three incredible songs. I mean, there are some other songs that I like. One really shitty song. There's one song on maybe you can guess what it is. Um, but three songs on there. And maybe hold on, let me check. And I don't want to say what they are because maybe I'll do an episode about that at some point. Um, let me check. I've got it on my phone here. Any guesses what song I think sucks on Book of Souls? Ah, no, another great one. Yeah, I forgot about that one. One, two, three, four awesome songs on Book of Souls. One really bad song, and then some good ones. Yeah. Overall, I mean, for Iron Maiden at this point, it was their 16th album. To think that they put out an album that had four songs that I really really loved, that's pretty good. Um, One of those songs really really sucks. You can maybe guess which one, but yeah, it's one of those that I think sucks. The other two, actually, I like the other two, but one of them is really bad. Um, all right, and let me see before I Sika's asked me, do I bike much? I bought a bike um, just before the pandemic, or maybe during the pandemic. My hiking friend and I talked about getting bikes and then maybe throwing in some biking instead of hiking. And we both bought bikes. He bikes all the time. He bikes long distances, over 100 kilometers on weekends sometimes. I've ridden mine twice. The last time was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, like shortly after I got it. It's sitting here right in front of me. My city is not good for biking. My city is on the side of a mountain like this. And among other things, it's got horrible holes in the road, big potholes. It's just not a good biking city. Um, I like Speed of Light. It's not a favorite, but I think I have no problem with it. Now it's Tears of a Clown that I think sucks. One of the worst. I don't know if it's one of the worst Iron Maiden songs. It's the worst on Book of Souls. All right, that's all. Thank you everybody for sticking with me, and thanks for watching the videos. That really is cool. It's just sometimes I think I can't believe people watch the stupid things that I do, and my just standing here in my apartment talking, and to think that people are interested in that. Um, or my travels. But I am appreciative of everybody that watches and everybody who took time to talk to me tonight. And thank you. I have to wake up. It's 11:52 p.m. for me. I have to wake up at 5:40 a.m. to start work at 6 a.m. Fortunately, I work at home, so I just need 20 minutes to wake up. And I'm working 10 hours tomorrow. I think I work 5 hours. Let me see my schedule in case you're interested. Tomorrow I work 6 to 9 and then an off for an hour, and then 10 to 1 and then off for half an hour, and then 1:30 to 5:30. So that's a total of 3, 6, 9, a total of 10 hours. Yep. Between 6 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. with a 1 hour break and a half-hour break. That's my work day tomorrow. All right. Um, That's all. Okay. Thank you to everybody. Erica, thank you to you, and we will talk. Okay. Thanks, everybody. See ya.